It's At Home in the Valley, a warehouse full of rugs. Too many rugs, way too many rugs. It's time for a sale. Save on thousands of rugs in stock. Take one home today. Modern, traditional, shag, solids, and textures, all at low, low prices. Roll runners for stairs and hallways, any length you need. Since 1979, At Home in the Valley, 16531 Satakoy Street, Van Nuys, 818-780-4663, online at athomeinthevalley.com.
Well, now at 4 a.m., remembering San Bernardino County Sheriff's Deputy Hector Cuevas Jr., the chase and crash that took his life while on duty. Well, his family says they want him to be remembered.
And baseball is back. We are live as our World Series champs are playing in the MLB Tokyo Series right now.
Today in LA at 4 starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, March 18th, and look at this shot right here. The skyline in downtown LA looking beautiful. Clear, bright lights out there. Thanks for joining us, and good morning to you. I'm Adriano Rambulo.
And I'm Lynette Romero. We are so glad you're here on this Tuesday morning. I don't know, but it feels like baseball weather to me. Yes. I know they're not here, but it feels like baseball weather.
Yes, we're with them in spirit.
Yes. No. Yeah, we're going to have some great weather, not only today, but in the coming days. The rain is gone. Now, we still have a few hiccups in your forecast, so let me get you to it. Hi, everybody. Happy Taco Tuesday. We're looking at the winds. Right now, they are still active in the mountains, in the deserts, and at the coast. Yesterday was when a wind advisory was activated, and it is still in effect for the mountains and deserts until 11 a.m. So all these locations could still have gusts up to 50 miles per hour, creating difficult travel conditions and blowing around any dust. So it's the first half of the day when we're going to be dealing with those very breezy conditions. Now, what's in store for the rest of the day? We are back to the sunshine. And how about these temperatures? We're looking at highs today reaching the 60s. So we're not going to worry about any umbrellas because it is going to be bright. You need the sunglasses, put on that sunscreen. And this is just a pleasant way to really have your Tuesday. We're going to have mid to upper 60s, some spots getting close to 70 degrees, cool in the deserts, and over in Big Bear 43 degrees. Now, this is just the beginning. The warming trend starts today. Coming up, I've got that 7-day forecast. You're going to see how beautiful it's going to be in the coming days. For right now, guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Belen. 4:02 right now. And this morning, we're hearing from the family of a San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy who was killed during a pursuit.
He has now been identified as Hector Cuevas Jr. NBC4's Lauren Coronado is live in Victorville with how family and friends, Lauren, are remembering the 6-year veteran.
Lynette, Adrian, good morning. Just a heartbreaking loss for the community, for those family members, many who were here at the intersection where the deadly crash happened, and we're hearing from them this morning. Take a listen.
He had a family, and he wanted to make a difference, raise his family.
36-year-old Deputy Hector Cuevas, a 6-year law enforcement veteran, a husband and father of 2. Loved ones, fellow first responders, and members of the community watching during an emotional procession yesterday. According to the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, Deputy Cuevas was after a 22-year-old driver believed to be in a stolen car. During that pursuit, Deputy Cuevas was involved in a crash at the intersection of Elevado and Seneca Roads here in Victorville. He died from his injuries. As for the wanted man, he has a criminal history.
It's my understanding that this suspect had previously been arrested for evading police as well in the city of Rialto, and also caused a law enforcement cruiser to collide into a citizen previously.
Families say Deputy Cuevas is remembered as a family man dedicated to protecting the community, the role model of the family. Just a devastating loss. We understand there is expected to be a memorial here later today. Reporting live, I'm Lauren Coronado for Today in LA.
Lauren, thank you for that. In the San Fernando Valley, 2 LAPD officers are recovering after getting hurt in a crash. Now, this happened just before 9 o'clock last night in Encino when an LAPD cruiser and another car collided. We're told 2 officers and a 6-year-old were hurt. No word on the severity of those injuries, but we do know at least 1 person was taken to the hospital.
And about an hour later in Van Nuys, another police pursuit ended with a crash. This happened at Peach and Van Owen and Van Nuys. The suspect is in custody, wanted for stealing the vehicle.
And developing right now, President Trump will speak with Russian President Vladimir Putin this morning about ending the war in Ukraine. Now, it comes as tensions explode in the Middle East again. NBC's Alice Barr reports on the latest developments.
President Trump set to speak with Russian President Vladimir Putin today, pressing for an end to Russia's war on Ukraine.
We're going to see if we can work a peace agreement, a ceasefire and peace, and I think we'll be able to do it.
Heavy airstrikes continue as President Trump seeks to persuade Putin to accept a 30-day ceasefire that Ukraine agreed to last week.
We're getting down to a very critical stage, and we want to get the whole Russia-Ukraine thing done.
It comes as Israel began launching extensive airstrikes against Hamas targets in Gaza overnight, killing more than 250, according to health officials in the Hamas-run territory. Israeli officials accusing Hamas of failing to return hostages as part of a fragile ceasefire agreement and vowing to act with increasing military force.
Israel will not stop until all of our hostages are back home.
The White House says the Israelis consulted Trump officials about the attacks. That as the Trump administration is defending against new criticism of its deportations of more than 130 alleged Venezuelan gang members to a prison in El Salvador under a rarely used 1798 statute that does not require due process during wartime. And despite a federal judge's order to halt the flights that the White House claims came after the planes had left U.S. airspace. In a tense hearing Monday, the judge rebuked a Justice Department lawyer for refusing to answer key questions, the DOJ citing national security concerns as Trump officials promised to press ahead. That federal judge gave the Trump administration until noon today to answer questions about when those deportation flights took off compared to the judge's order to halt them, or give an explanation about why it cannot reply. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
All right, 4:06 right now, game one of the Tokyo series between your World Series champion Dodgers and the Chicago Cubs is underway for the season opener.
And even with the game starting at 3:10 this morning, that's right, 3 a.m., plenty of fans are up and awake watching the boys in blue, including our very own Olivia Garvey, who is live at the Cosm in Inglewood. It's a party, Olivia.
It's a party. I gotta say, if this doesn't show that Dodger fans are the best fans in baseball, I don't know what to tell you. They got here at 2:30 to watch the boys in blue start their 2025 season in Tokyo. We are at Cosm, LA. This is the coolest place, you guys. I have to show you. I can't show you the game, but I can show you. Look at all these fans that are here to watch the guys start their season. I mean, some of them getting here at 1:30. Are you Dodger fans ready? They're cheering. I personally have never had wings at 3 a.m. That's going to change today. Might be 4:30, but I might have some chicken wings and fries at 4:30 in the morning, and I'm okay with that because we are celebrating the Dodgers in this 2025 season. I know it started, but I wanted to write a little preview up of what's to come for this team this year. Take a listen.
If 2025 is anything like 2024, buckle up, Dodger fans. The Dodgers ended an unforgettable season celebrating a World Series win with hundreds and thousands of fans in downtown Los Angeles. That memory will stick with them forever, but the urge to do it again is at an all-time high.
I started to work like 10 days before even spring training starts. Yeah. So that's where a team that is hungry is willing to do to trying to repeat.
And if winning a World Series wasn't enough, the Dodgers, they also won the offseason, signing Japanese pitching sensation Roki Sasaki, two-time Cy Young Award winner Blake Snell.
I'm excited to be here. I can't wait. And I'm just, it's the Dodgers.
Yes, the roster this season is unmatched. But remember, this is a 162-plus game season. It's a grind, and they have to show this roster can work together and create a winning team, and they plan on doing just that.
There's a understanding what we've done, who we are, knowing that people are going to come after us,
with their best each and every night.
So Dodger fans, get all your blue gear out of storage and get ready to watch Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, and this 2025 Dodgers team do something we haven't seen in 25 years. And that's repeat.
And it starts today. It starts in Tokyo against the Cubs to repeat what they did last season, and that's win back-to-back World Series. I'm with some great fans here. Are you ready to watch the Dodgers win another World Series? I think these fans are ready to go. They got their blue gear out and are ready to watch the boys in blue do work again this season. Back to you guys in studio.
All right, Olivia, thank you. Hey, you know what? Here in the studio, we're enjoying some coffee. We're curious. Some of us are curious about, they're trying to recreate a whole sporting event experience there at Cosm. Are they selling the ice cold beer?
Dodger dogs.
Dodger dogs.
What else?
What are people drinking and
So
eating?
they got, like I said, they got chicken wings, they got nachos, they got hot dogs. They are not serving alcohol yet. I did just ask one of the bartenders. They can't serve till 6 a.m. So maybe if the Dodgers win, they'll have some celebratory, mimosas to kick off the season. But no, they're not selling alcohol just yet. Right now, there's Diet Coke, soda, water, coffee. I've had plenty of that this morning, but no alcohol just yet.
Well, they don't need it. It's still a great party. All right. Thank you so much, Olivia. We'll be talking to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
I just thought about how weird that would be to watch the Dodgers but drinking coffee, right? All righty. By the way, we have a free coffee event. We're going to be talking about that throughout the morning. That's the reason why Robin's not here. She's going to be over in Pasadena. We'll talk more about that coming up. Wow, it is a fantastic day. We do have some lingering wind, a wind advisory in effect until 11 a.m. for the mountains and deserts, but a warming trend starts. Highs today are going to come close to 70 degrees in a few locations. Spring officially starts Thursday at 3:06 a.m. and the weather will be sunny and seasonal, and the weather will remain dry as we head into the weekend, and the temperatures are going to warm even more. It's going to feel like summer. Right now, though, you got to bundle up. We've got 40s and 30s on the map. Look at Santa Clarita. Look at the high desert. Look at Big Bear. 40s pretty much everywhere else. So it's starting off chilly, but here's a look at what you have to look forward to. Those winds will gradually diminish in the deserts and the mountains, but you're going to have to deal with them for the first half of the day. We've got 60s in the high desert and 40s in the mountains. Now look at the Inland Empire. Highs are going to be in the mid to upper 60s, raised 4 days, Riverside 67, same goes for Corona. Look at Hemet 66, Temecula looking nice. Now here's Orange County. Temperatures inland upper 60s, a nice day to visit the amusement parks, but you're going to need that sunscreen, stay hydrated. Temperatures will be in the low 60s to mid 60s at the coast. Now over in Ventura County and through the I-5 corridor, we're still going to have some active winds, especially for the first half of the day, but check out these temperatures. We're coming up 60s, close to 70 in the San Fernando Valley. Van Nuys looking at 68. And here's your day in LA. Let's make it a great one. If you're a fan of the warmer weather, stick around. That 70 forecast is just going to keep heating up. Right now, back to you guys at the desk.
All right, thank you for that, Belen. And coming up next at 4, a warning for undocumented immigrants seeking legal services. The scam making its way around, targeting those looking for help.
Plus, new details on the cause of the Eden fire. NBC4 investigates an old electrical circuit and its possible connection to those first flames.
And the fight over Lady Liberty, what one French politician is pushing for, how the U.S. is responding to the demand.
You're the reason we start our day at 2 a.m. At Today in LA, we work hard to make sure that your stories are heard, your concerns are addressed, and your families are prepared and protected. You're our inspiration. Let us be your voice. Today in LA, for you.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event to save on an award-winning new Nissan, like Kicks, J.D. Power's most dependable small SUV, Sentra, a Consumer Reports top pick, and Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. All for under $30,000 at the Nissan Now sales event. Now get up to $3,000 total savings on Rogue, or get up to $1,250 total savings on Sentra.
Welcome to Bob's.
Thanks. I know your MV mattress has luxurious hand tufting with temperature-regulating Tencel and gel-infused memory foam for the ultimate sleep experience, but it costs hundreds less than the other national brands. I mean, they're not exactly the same, but is theirs worth so much more?
You be the judge. Oh, and you forgot about our 20-year warranty.
What? That's 10 years more than theirs.
You've really done your research.
It's kind of my thing.
When you get luxury sleep for less, there's only one thing to say. Oh, my mom!
By a delivery truck like this, or hurt by a dump truck like this, or big bad monster trucks like these, you could have a big case worth big money. That's what my brother and I do. We win big truck cases. We've won hundreds of millions of dollars for our clients. Call us. We're the Law Brothers.
Call 1-800-222-2222.
On the next all-new Access Daily.
She's channeling Sherlock Holmes in Shondaland's new murder mystery. Uzo Aduba is joining us in studio.
And she's starring in a new sci-fi epic with Aaron Paul. Isa Gonzalez is here.
Next, Access Daily.
Today at 1 on NBC4.
A guilty plea in connection to an armed robbery of a $1 million watch in Beverly Hills. It happened last August at the Beverly Hills Hotel. LAPD detectives say 2 men targeted a British tourist who was wearing the emerald-encrusted watch. The victim was sitting with his wife and 2 daughters at a hotel cafe, and that's when one man pointed a gun at the victim while another snatched the watch. One suspect pleaded guilty, while another has a trial date for next month. The accused robbers are from Colombia and Venezuela and are believed to be part of a crime tourism ring.
Long Beach Unified School District is apologizing after some students from Cabrillo High School posted a racist photo that went viral on social media. It appears that it was taken on campus in the school's gym during an assembly. You can see a group of students lined up and it spelled out a racist word on their T-shirts. The district says it is currently investigating and reminding students to report any inappropriate behavior. The district also released a statement that reads in part, "We want to be clear, this type of behavior is not condoned or tolerated at Cabrillo High School or anywhere in our district. Immediate steps are being taken to address the situation, and we're working with all relevant parties to ensure accountability," and also ask the school community to stop sharing the photo.
The Trump administration is defending against new criticism of its deportations of more than 130 alleged Venezuelan gang members to a prison in El Salvador. Now, under a rarely used 1798 statute that does not require due process during wartime, and despite a federal judge's order to halt the flights that the White House claims came after the planes had left U.S. airspace. According to Chirla, the concern is that this could lead to a constitutional crisis.
Because it does not allow for due process, it unduly sometimes chastises whole communities without them being able to defend themselves.
A federal judge gave the Trump administration until noon today to answer questions about when those deportation flights took off, compared to the judge's order to halt them, or give an official explanation about its reasoning for not replying. A new NBC News poll shows 55% of voters approve of President Trump's handling of border security and immigration, while 42% disapprove.
Neighborhood Legal Services of LA County is warning of fraud. It says it heard from a person who recently received a letter from someone claimed to be one of the service's immigration attorneys. The staff, though, makes it clear it would never reach out to you offering legal help. You would always reach out to an attorney.
It wasn't a real contract. It was very poorly written. To receive legal services, you have to call and have an intake done. We don't solicit services.
The best thing to do if this happens is to report it to Neighborhood Legal Services, the office in Pacoima, or you can go online at fraud.lacounty.gov.
The White House has no plans to return the Statue of Liberty to France. This comes after a French politician claimed the U.S. does not represent the values of the Statue of Liberty anymore. According to the Associated Press, the politician also says that the statue is a gift, but it seems the U.S., quote, despises her and demanded her return.
Is President Trump going to send the Statue of Liberty back to France?
Absolutely not. And my advice to that unnamed low-level French politician would be to remind them that it's only because of the United States of America that the French are not speaking German right now. So they should be very grateful to our great country.
The statue was officially unveiled on October 28th in 1886 as a symbol of freedom, inspiration, and hope. It is unlikely that France would be able to enforce the politician's request since the monument is property of the U.S. government.
In a few more hours, we want to meet you at our free coffee event. This is going to kick off at 6:30, last through 9:30. It is at Lavender and Honey Espresso in Pasadena. Robin will get out there before us. This event starts at 6:30, but check this out. Temperatures around 6 a.m. If you're getting there early, 45 degrees. By 8 a.m., the sun is up 46, and by 9 a.m., temperatures will be around 51. So bring the sweaters, the jackets if you're headed in that direction, and bring some good cheer. We want it. You know what? The storm system is gone, and look what it's done to our air quality. It is fantastic. That's what the green means. Green all over the place. So hopefully you can allow some time to step outside, get some fresh air, and just enjoy the weather. Now, unfortunately, we do have just some hiccups. It's in the form of winds. We still have a wind advisory for the mountains, the deserts, and this is the main thing we have to watch out for. The advisory is going to last until 11 a.m., and you'll notice that the winds are still pretty active around 7 a.m. when the sun comes up. You're going to feel them around the San Fernando Valley, the I-5 corridor, over the Ventura County mountains, the deserts. Now, as we head into this afternoon, notice how the winds are not as strong, and then overnight through tomorrow morning, they're going to weaken for several locations. But if you live through the Newhall Pass area, even out towards Santa Clarita, then expect those winds to stick around all the way through tomorrow. Now, what's going to happen in the long term? We're not seeing any rain. The weather is going to be warming up little by little until eventually it's just going to feel like summer. Check this out. 69 today in West Covina. Tomorrow, 78. A little dip on Thursday, then back up on Friday. Saturday, 76. Sunday, 80. And look at next Monday, 87 degrees. So that's the main story. As we check out the 7-day forecast, no more rain to accumulate. We're just going to have plenty of sunshine, and we're going to be drying out. The weather for the basin in Orange County is headed for the 70s for the rest of the week. Spring officially starts on Thursday at 3 in the morning. The weekend is looking like a nice one. I know it's only Tuesday, but can we start making those plans? And then look at how the weather warms up significantly. Next week, we're looking at a high of around 80 degrees for the basin in Orange County. At the coast, mid-60s, and then the weather warms every day. But next Monday, temperatures are going to be around 75. The valleys, the Inland Empire, still breezy this morning. And over in the Inland Empire, may see some patchy fog, but gradually we're all under that sunshine, and then temperatures in the mid to upper 70s for the rest of the week. Even warmer this weekend. 80s by Sunday, and early next week, numbers will be in the upper 80s, close to 90. Now, check out the high desert. Today, you still have to battle the wind, so careful with that blowing dust. And if you're traveling through that area, it's the first half of the day when the winds are going to be the strongest. Temperatures the rest of the week are going to be warmer. By Friday, 71, and this weekend is looking good. The low desert, 76. By the end of the week, the temperatures are going to be in the mid 80s. And look at next Monday for places like Palm Springs. We're looking at 94. Finally, in the mountains, some better travel weather. We've had frequent storm systems bring us a lot of snow. If you want to head up and enjoy it, just watch out for the winds today and check this out. Numbers in the 40s and 50s over the weekend. You're going to have spring skiing conditions by next Monday, high of 65. That's your weather. Over to you at the desk.
All right, thank you, Belen. Next at 4, one-on-one with LA District Attorney Nathan Hochman. He reflects on his first 100 days in office and his plans for the future.
Plus a health scare on the sidelines, what we know about Tracy Morgan's sudden illness at a Knicks game last night. You're watching Today in LA.
Thanks for sharing. Who's next?
I feel I don't really understand when it's appropriate to hit reply or reply all.
We've all been there.
I stay awake at night worrying that my security service isn't cutting it. I feel so vulnerable.
I couldn't help overhearing your security insecurity. Bailarm is your all-in-one partner for security and life safety. And with best-in-class technology and local service, you can rest easy knowing everything is secure.
I can finally sleep
like a baby.
The Los Angeles wildfires are finally out. Over an estimated $250 billion destroyed. The loss of life is immeasurable. How will people recover all that their families have lost? We are Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. We've helped families just like yours in their time of need. If you've lost loved ones, your home, business, or property because of the Los Angeles wildfires, call us now. You may be entitled to significant compensation. Dial the number on your screen or visit CaliWildfireLawsuit.com.
Even when U.S. Women's National Team forward Mallory Swanson isn't on the field, she always makes the perfect play. Thanks to the Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards Visa Card, she'll earn 3% cash back on her purchase after choosing the online shopping category.
Choice Privileges makes it easy to earn points and maximize any vacation. You can earn reward nights fast and redeem at over 7,400 hotels. Maximized! Get double points on all stays when you book direct.
Why do we do what we do? It's simple. For people. It's for you. We do it to know our communities and to serve them, so together we can live, grow, and thrive. Good journalism takes hard work. Exceptional journalism, that takes commitment. For nearly 75 years, NBC4 has been dedicated to uncovering the truth and digging deeper. Because it's more than just words on a screen. It's a promise we make for you.
424 right now, award season is coming to an end with the iHeartRadio Awards.
So it was a celebration of the most played artists and songs on iHeartRadio. And one of the night's biggest honors went to a fan favorite sibling duo.
And there are locals, right?
Yeah.
From Southern California. Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas won Pop Album of the Year award. And for Hit Me Hard and Soft, some other notable winners. Taylor Swift won 8 awards, along with her Eras Tour being named Tour of the Century. I guess that makes sense so far, right? Yeah. SZA took home the R&B Artist of the Year, and Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso was awarded the Pop Song of the Year.
And fans are sending their well wishes for Tracy Morgan after he had to be wheeled away from a Knicks game. This is a photo of Morgan at a game back in 2022. Now, last night, the comedian was sitting courtside at the New York Knicks versus Miami Heat NBA matchup when he seemingly fell ill and was seen wiping away blood. It's unclear what happened, but he was wheeled away. Morgan has suffered several health setbacks in the past years, along with a serious car injury back in 2014.
Right, 426 right now. Still ahead, we are just 3 years away from the Summer Olympics right here in LA.
The plans to make Metro the go-to transportation system for people getting around town, that's coming up.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Michelle Bias in the newsroom. Tensions explode once again in the Middle East. We'll have the latest on the series of airstrikes to hit Gaza, killing hundreds.
It's At Home in the Valley, a warehouse full of rugs. Too many rugs, way too many rugs. It's time for a sale. Save on thousands of rugs in stock. Take one home today. Modern, traditional, shag, solids, and textures, all at low, low prices. Roll runners for stairs and hallways, any length you need. Since 1979, At Home in the Valley, 16531 Satakoy Street, Van Nuys, 818-780-4663, online at athomeinthevalley.com.
Mobility in dogs and cats is very important. I'm Dr. Travis Vandenberg. I'm a veterinarian, and I do recommend Gentle Giant's natural non-GMO dog and puppy food, as well as the cat and kitten food. Gentle Giants has the New Zealand Greenland mussel, which is a bioavailable source of glucosamine and chondroitin. We feed it from puppies and kittens 3 weeks of age all the way to the oldest dogs and cats, and that's what's nice about it.
At Petco, Stater Brothers, H-E-B, and more.
Gentle Giants for life.
This one goes better with the walls.
This is so much easier than the home improvement store.
So which would you recommend?
Do you like brown?
Yeah, some things are just better at home. With Empire's Home Floor Advantage, you can compare samples in your own space. Plus, we'll be here to help you with every step of the process.
Call or visit EmpireToday.com and get the Home Floor Advantage.
It really is better at home.
800-588-2300. Empire Today.
We're the Law Brothers, and winning car accident cases is what we do. Check out these big wins.
I got hurt in a bad car accident, and the Law Brothers got me $600,000. How about you?
I injured my back in a car accident, and they got me $775,000. How about you?
My leg and back were injured in a car accident, and the Law Brothers got me $1.3 million.
We're the Law Brothers!
Call 1-800-222-2222.
Now at 4:30, a 6-year law enforcement veteran, a husband, a father. This morning we were remembering San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy killed in a pursuit and what his family says they will miss the most about him.
Deadly airstrikes in Gaza. Hamas now accusing Israel of violating a ceasefire deal. We are live with the tensions exploding in the Middle East.
Today in LA at 4:30 starts now.
Good morning to you. It is Tuesday, March 18th. This is a live look outside from Mount Wilson. Nice and dark out there, but the city lights look beautiful. We're so glad you're here with us on Today in LA. I'm Lynette Romero.
And I'm Adrian Arambulo, and yesterday was quite a day, Belinda Leon. It felt like springtime in the morning, and then it was kind of wintry in the afternoon.
And you said there's going to be wind. Boy, did it ever happen.
That was the front moving through.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a while, it was like, is it going to rain? Because it's really bright and sunny, and all of a sudden the front moved through, the clouds moved in, and the winds picked up. Guys, imagine this. You're going to look off towards the mountains today. You're going to see it, no problem, crystal clear. Temperatures are going to feel nice and comfortable. You're not going to need a jacket. That's what your Tuesday has in store. Hi, everyone. This area of low pressure that brought us that unsettled weather has moved on. We're on the backside of it, and unfortunately, it's still giving us a little bit of a headache because we still have some winds that are blowing in the mountains, in the deserts. A wind advisory is in effect until 11 a.m., so it's the first half of the day that these places especially are going to feel some gusty conditions up to about 50 miles per hour. You may also feel those breezy conditions through the Santa Clarita Valley and the San Fernando Valley. Now, with those skies clear, the temperatures are colder. Check this out. We've got 39 in Santa Clarita, 40s and 30s in the deserts, Big Bear 25, 40s everywhere else. So even though we're starting off with a layer, oh wow, once the sun is up, we're going to warm up quickly and it's going to be a beautiful, bright day. Highs today are headed for the mid to upper 60s. Temperatures close to 70 in a few spots in the IE. And in the mountains, temperatures at 43. You like this warm weather? I've got more of it for you in the 7-day forecast. We're going to just jump right into summer really soon. The details ahead. Guys, back to you at the desk.
All right, thank you, Belen. 4:30 right now. Developing now in the Middle East, a fragile ceasefire between Israel and Hamas has fallen apart.
Overnight, new deadly airstrikes in Gaza. NBC4's Michelle Vyas is following all the developments for us in our newsroom. Michelle.
Adrian, Lynette, good morning. The death toll just went up. Those numbers just came in. NBC and Palestinian officials now reporting just over 400 were killed, many of them children. Over 500 also injured as a result of multiple attacks and massacres in Gaza. There are still a number of victims underneath the rubble. The Israeli strikes damaged buildings and debris scattered across the area. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he had instructed the military to take strong action against the Palestinian Islamist group Hamas in Gaza in response to the group's refusal to release hostages and rejection of ceasefire proposals. And the latest phase of the war is weighing heavily on the minds of both the local Jewish and Muslim communities.
I'm glad Israel is back at eradicating the evil. It's about time to actually finish this off once and for all.
We are in the holy month of Ramadan. Muslims across the world, including in Palestine, are fasting and praying. This is a blessed and special time for us, but Israel's violence knows no bounds.
These strikes were the heaviest Israeli military bombardment in Gaza since that ceasefire deal was reached back in January. The White House also confirming they were consulted on these airstrikes, saying that President Trump has made it clear Hamas, the Houthis, Iran, and all those who seek to terrorize not just Israel, but also the United States will pay a price. As for the United Nations Security Council, they will meet later this morning, 7 o'clock our time, to talk about what's happening in Gaza. Adrian?
All right, Michelle, thank you. 4:32 right now. Well, a 6-year veteran, a husband, father, and friend. That is how the family of Hector Cuevas Jr. is remembering him this morning. The San Bernardino Sheriff's deputy was killed yesterday in a pursuit that led to a crash in Victorville. We're working today to find out more about how this crash happened, but you can see the damage left behind was significant. His patrol SUV was split in half with debris scattered everywhere. Family and friends say losing Cuevas is a major loss to many people.
Different when you watch somebody grow up and see him become the man that he was, which he was outstanding. Everybody was proud of him, his mom, us. It's tremendous loss for everybody.
Man, it's my hero. Very proud. It's my hero. Very proud of him. That's the hero of the family. That's the role model.
The driver the deputy was trying to stop has been identified as Ryan Dwayne Turner Jr. He faces several charges, including vehicular manslaughter. Flags at the state capitol will be flown at half staff in honor of Deputy Cuevas.
With the 2028 Summer Olympic Games a little over 3 years away, there is a big push to make public transportation the way to go. Last year, the LA region secured $900 million in federal funding from the Biden administration. $139 million of that will go directly to improve public transportation for LA 28. The chair of the Metro Board of Directors talked with us about the plans to get people to the Olympic venues.
We are going to lease about 3,000 extra buses with the drivers to make sure that we can move people around. And my goal is to make it safe, convenient, and efficient, because if not, people won't be taking our public transportation during the Olympic and Paralympic Games.
Metro is working on a program that can detect weapons before passengers board buses and trains.
Investigators are looking to whether an old electrical circuit that hasn't carried power for decades may somehow be responsible for the sparks that ignited the Eaton fire. And now some are saying that the deadline should have been taken down a long time ago. The fire appeared to start under the decommissioned Mesa-Sylmar line. The possibility that this dead circuit was momentarily energized and sparked is the focus of the investigation. And now we've learned that the state regulators, well, they used to require the removal of unused electrical equipment, but that changed about 20 years ago when California utility regulators said that dead equipment could be left in place so long as the utility company said they might reuse the lines or equipment sometime in the future. Edison says in regulatory filings it is evaluating the issues surrounding the decommissioned circuit. It has routinely inspected the lines and towers. Now, to learn more, be sure to listen to our new NBC4 podcast, The Leonard Files, After the Flames, where investigative reporter Eric Leonard will go much more in depth on all aspects of the Eaton and Palisades fires. You can find it on our website, NBCLA.com, on our YouTube page, and wherever you find podcasts. Just search The Leonard Files, After the Flames. There's a new episode every weekday.
NBC4 has learned of a pay raise for former LAFD chief Kristen Crowley. It kicked in just days after the Palisades fire broke out. Mayor Bass approved the raise of 2.5% on December 27th. It's after the mayor said she completed a written evaluation of her performance. And then last month, Mayor Bass removed Crowley as chief after a dispute over Crowley's response to the wildfires. The city council denied Crowley's appeal earlier this month. She remains with LAFD, but at a lower rank.
4:36 right now. It has been a whirlwind first 100 days on the job for LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman. And he sat down exclusively with NBC4's Robert Kvasik to talk about big cases and some concerns that lie ahead.
Days after the Hall of Justice turned 100, Nathan Hochman marked 100 days as DA.
Any regrets about this job?
None whatsoever. No, this is definitely an opportunity of a lifetime.
This day is an historic one for Watts, Hochman explains, because a scrap metal facility ordered to shut down. Owners indicted and awaiting trial for allegedly contaminating Jordan High School and the neighborhood with toxic pollutants.
The case is moving forward. That part is terrific.
Do solemnly swear. Do solemnly swear. Since being sworn in early December following a landslide victory, Hochman moving his office forward.
I started with a culture where 98% of the prosecutors voted to support the recall of their prior boss, George Gascon. So that is not a productive culture. It's anything, it's a bit of a toxic culture. The greatest resource of the DA's office are these prosecutors, as well as the investigators and support staff.
For the LA native, the highlight and the lowlight of the first 100 days revolves around the same event.
You know, probably the wildfire prosecutions, because it's not something you could have ever expected, really energized and mobilized prosecutors from across the entire office. Watching Los Angeles burn is a lowlight. Watching my sister's house literally turn into ashes was a tremendous lowlight. And not just her, but thousands and thousands of people who lost so much.
Following the fires, Hochman says his office has been focused prosecuting arsonists and looters, but warns of a new crime wave as wildcover recovery gets underway.
Los Angeles County, particularly the Pacific Palisades and the Altadena area, is going to receive billions of dollars going forward. I will guarantee you that money is going to get ripped off at some level. And we're going to go after those criminals and throw the full book against them. If they want to truly exploit a crisis to their benefit, they're going to do so at their peril.
And when it comes to the case that has dominated the headlines these days, Hochman has a message for Lyle and Eric Menendez as they fight for freedom. The ball is in their court.
If the Menendezes themselves want to go ahead and make a sincere and unequivocal statement, accepting full responsibility for the breadth of all the lies that they have told over the past 30 years, we will certainly consider that statement.
Consider it in what way?
Consider it in deciding whether or not they have finally shown full insight into the breadth of their criminal violations, completely accepted responsibility for those actions, which is a huge step on the path of rehabilitation. And rehabilitation itself is a huge step towards actually getting resentenced.
District Attorney Nathan Hochman making it clear the job of his administration, that includes over 750 prosecutors, is to follow the facts of law. Personal or political agendas have no place here.
What do you think the public's perception of you is at this point?
I hope the public thinks that I'm doing my job.
In downtown Los Angeles, Robert Kovacik, NBC4 News.
At 4:39 right now, well, coming up, it is not easy being green, but if you're a cute baby, it sure can.
No doubt about it. Coming up in our Bright Spot, we're going to check out some very cute NICU babies, outfits at one local hospital in celebration of St. Patrick's Day.
Can't wait to see those little shamrocks. All righty, everyone. Well, we're checking out the view right now from the mountains out towards the city. You can see all the lights. It is going to be a bright start to the day. Rays 4 days. Sunrise happening at 6:58. The sunset happening at 7:03. 12 hours, 4 minutes of daylight. Let's make the best of it. I've got a fantastic forecast for you today, but there are still going to be some lingering winds. I'll show you when those go away. That's ahead in your First Alert forecast.
If it's actions that speak louder than words, we'll let the versatile, adventure-ready BMW X3 show you what we mean. The BMW X3, the ultimate driving machine. Lease the 2025 BMW X3 30X Drive for $659 per month.
Jerome's has the latest technology in motion seating to take your comfort to the max. Power recline, adjustable headrest, lumbar support, heat, massage, cup holders, USB charging, even immersive sound speakers that you can feel. And it's all at Jerry's price.
And right now, buy any sofa and get the matching love seat half off. Or get it now and pay later with Jerome's no-interest financing from 12 to 60 months.
Only at Jerome's.
The Adventure Dome. 5 acres with more than 25 rides to keep you on the edge of your seat. Ride our newest attractions, Nebula Z, Twists and Teacups, Circus Swings, and Little Sprinter Raceway. More rides, more excitement, an experience for the entire family. Life's a circus. Let's play!
For the acute treatment of migraine with or without aura in adults, Nurtec ODT can provide relief in 2 hours, which can last up to 2 days. Don't take if allergic to Nurtec ODT. Allergic reactions can occur even days after use, like trouble breathing and rash. Get help if you have trouble breathing, swelling of the face, mouth, tongue, or throat. Common side effect is nausea. Ask your doctor about Nurtec ODT.
And now to this morning's Bright Spot. The tiniest patients at Riverside Community Hospital got festive celebrating St. Patrick's Day yesterday. Nurses in the NICU dressed the babies in special onesies provided by Project Sweet Pea. Okay, that little hat is too cute. The NICU team said it hoped to bring a little extra luck and joy to the families with newborns who are receiving specialized care. It's so difficult in the hospitals when you have a brand new baby, so scary. But to see them so cute with those little hats.
They're like on those gold pillows, right?
Yeah.
They're the treasure at the end of the rainbow there.
Okay, those little toes, those little feet, that's what gets me. Baby feet, I just love them.
And a little hat.
Little leprechauns.
I like that too.
Very cute. You know what? We love a little sunshine in the morning. We hope you do too. Please keep sharing your bright spots with us. We want to hear about the good news so we can share it right here on Today in LA. You can reach me on social media. Super easy to do. Just search for me, Lynette Romero, and use that hashtag Today in LA Bright Spot. Email me at lynette.romero@nbcuni.com.
All right, 4:43 right now. It is officially spring break season. While you may be jet-setting to your destinations, the FBI has some tips to help keep you safe. We have more on that after this break.
And it's being called a victory for Watts, the metal corporation, the metal facility that was ordered to shut down by a judge after allegedly risking the health of students and teachers.
23 car dealers, one unbelievable place. We go to the Cerritos Auto Square.
Our size is the reason we're able to offer special pricing, and that is why we sell more cars than any other destination in SoCal.
That's unbelievable.
Cerritos Auto Square.
Is that our luggage rack?
I fixed that thing. Gorilla Tape.
Of course.
Double thick adhesive for a hold that lasts. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth. And for a clear fix, try Crystal Clear Gorilla Tape.
With Reynolds Wrap, cooking becomes so easy, you can feel like the chef of your kitchen. Easy prep, easy cook, easy clean. Reynolds Wrap. Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event to save on an award-winning new Nissan, like Kicks, J.D. Power's most dependable small SUV, Sentra, a Consumer Reports top pick, and Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. All for under $30,000 at the Nissan Now sales event. Now get up to $3,000 total savings on Rogue, or get up to $1,250 total savings on Sentra.
So the Ellington has this stunning double pedestal base, nailhead detailing, and a removable leaf for just $12.99.
This looks just like the one we saw at the other store.
Only theirs is on sale. Wait, no, it's off sale. No, it's on sale. Off sale. On sale. Off sale.
Bob's is still hundreds less. We don't do phony sales, just the everyday low prices you deserve.
When you get our lowest prices every day, there's only one thing to say. Oh, my Bob!
This is the reason we're able to offer special pricing, and that is why we sell more cars than any other destination in SoCal.
That's unbelievable.
Cerritos Auto Square.
If you burned any bridges in this game, you may have trouble.
Here we are again.
Ah!
I need something from you. To grovel.
Oh my God.
Deal or No Deal Island, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Someone managed to kill them and use the musical as their alibi.
So literally anyone in the company could be the murderer.
There's only one way to find out.
Wrapped in velvet, covered in glitz.
Can't believe this is my brother.
The Irrational, new tonight on NBC and Peacock.
4:46 right now, a long-sought victory for people living in Watts. Atlas Metal Company is ordered to stop operating as the owners face felony charges.
NBC4's Brittany Hope is live in downtown LA, where yesterday's bail hearing revealed, Brittany, some new information about this case. Tell us about that.
Adrian, Lynette, good morning to you both. Good morning to everyone at home. You know, a big focus of that hearing was gas cylinders and the danger that they pose to the community in Watts when and if they explode. Now, those combustibles were not supposed to be on the property, and that was a big reason the judge made his decision.
A protocol that remains in full force in effect, effectively the closure of the business, because there's now in place effective immediately in order that they not accept new scrap on the facility.
The co-owners of Atlas Metal were in the courtroom. The bail for Matthew Weisenberg, seen in the light green shirt and glasses, is set for $1 million. Gary Weisenberg was released on $100,000 bond over the weekend, citing his older age, health problems, and cognitive issues. Both men and their company also agreed to allow more oversight and surprise inspections at the facility. A 25-count indictment alleges decades of wrongdoing at the Watts property. This comes after an explosion there in August, the third since 2002. Toxic chemicals and metals contaminated soil of nearby Jordan High School, and pieces of metal and debris, shrapnel from the plant, were found on the campus too. LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman argues the company spent 70 years raking in profits while children, teachers, and the community have been put in harm's way. He spoke about the case yesterday in an exclusive interview with NBC4.
So the fact that they're finally told that they can't take any more, effectively, metals into their facilities, that the owners of the Atlas Metals are now held to meaningful bail, and the case is moving forward. That part is terrific.
And looking forward now, a pretrial hearing is set for March 28th. Reporting in downtown LA, Brittany Hope for Today in LA.
All right, thank you for that, Brittany. As spring break season comes around, the FBI is issuing a spring break travel warning. Before you travel anywhere, you should be sure to check for any travel advisories. Now, this includes avoiding travel to any level 3 reconsider travel list destinations. Now, those include Egypt and Jamaica. Do not travel alone. Only use authorized transportation methods. Be aware of any new friends or people that you might meet. And you should always have an emergency contact on hand.
The LAPD warning that thieves are now using Wi-Fi jammers to stay undetected while they commit crimes. The jammers are described as sort of a universal key that disrupts security systems and cameras without setting off alarms. One expert advises adding security measures outside of your home to make it harder for criminals to get inside.
You have to think of your home as like an onion. You have the outside layer that you want to protect with early detection systems, and then you have the middle of the onion, which is your windows and doors that you want to protect with certain products. Then you have the core of your home, which is once the burglar has already gotten through all those things, then you could set up a special room, like a safe space in your house that the burglar can't get into.
Well, experts say you should also invest in a hardwired security system through a reputable company to better protect your home.
All right, it is 4:50 right now. Let's talk about this great weather we're having.
Ooh, you know what? We're due for it finally, right?
Yeah.
We needed the moisture and we got a lot of it, but now things are drying out. You ready for some summer
And then I'm
tips?
trying to get my jaw off the floor. You're seeing temperatures pushing 90 next week.
Amazing.
What?
I mean, stick around. Stick around for the 7-day forecast because that's coming at the very end. Okay. That's a deep tease. All right, look at where we are so far for March. As you know, it's been very unsettled. Every week we've been having storms, and for the first week of March we had 3 days of storms in a row. Last week we had 4 days of rain in a row, and look at what it did to the temperatures. At least the temperatures for the first half of March have been below normal, and like yesterday for St. Patrick's Day we got to 66. Amigos, now it looks like for the rest of March the temperatures are going to be rising to above normal. We're going to get there little by little. Today we're still starting off with very chilly conditions, 40s and 30s over in the deserts, in the Inland Empire, 40s through the Orange County, San Fernando Valley, and over into Ventura County, some 50s at the coast. So yes, it is a chilly start. We're starting off with a layer or two, but look at the afternoon. Here's a payoff where we have raised 4 days and temperatures that are going to be rising into the mid to upper 60s. So these numbers for a few cities are still maybe a degree or two below where we should be for this time of year. The average high in Los Angeles is 70. We're going to do 67, but that's definitely up from yesterday. 60s in the deserts, and over in Big Bear, 43 degrees. But here is the hiccup, that it's going to be breezy. So we are going to have some active winds in the deserts and mountains continue until about 11 a.m. This is 7 a.m. You're even feeling those winds through the Santa Clarita Valley, the San Fernando Valley. Here we are at 3 p.m. It's breezy at the coast, but nothing like the winds that we had yesterday. And I think it's safe to say that the drive through the I-5 corridor is going to be a breezy, at times gusty one today and into tomorrow. So if your plans take you in that direction, especially those of you who drive high-profile vehicles, please be very safe. 2 hands on the wheel. Now, this is what I'm tracking. The area of low pressure, that storm system that came through yesterday, that one's moving out, and as it continues to move farther away, the winds will relax. Now, there's going to be another system that's going to impact our friends up to the north. This one is more than anything going to bring some cloud cover for us Wednesday into Thursday, but you notice that storm track stays well to the north, so we're not going to need the umbrellas for the rest of the week. In fact, as we head into the weekend, more wet weather expected up to our north. But then something happens over the weekend. This area of high pressure starts to creep in from the Pacific, and it builds and dominates over the weekend and through early next week. And look what it's going to do to the temperatures. So the weather, at least after today starts a warming trend, but look at the rest of the week. It's going to feel like spring. Spring officially starts on Thursday, so it looks like Mother Nature is getting the memo. Through the weekend, the temperatures stay pretty consistent, and look at Sunday into Monday. This big jump on Monday. We're going to be around 80 degrees for the downtown area. The Valleys, the Inland Empire, 60s today. It's the coolest day out of the week, and then temperatures in the mid-70s. The rest of the week just very pleasant. Then over the weekend through early next week, it gets a little uncomfortable. We're not quite used to these kinds of temperatures, and by Monday, upper 80s, close to 90 degrees. In the high desert, you've got the winds. Same goes for the low desert, and then pleasant temperatures for the rest of the week. You're going to get to the 80s over in Palm Springs, and then finally in the mountains, windy today, better winds tomorrow, 49, 50s for Thursday and Friday, and even warmer over the weekend. By next Monday, we're looking at temperatures in the mid-60s. That's your forecast, everyone. Adrian, back to you.
All right, thank you, Belinda. Well, coming up, I'll do at 5 a.m. Big privacy changes coming to anyone who owns an Amazon Alexa device. Hear why your conversations will no longer be protected. And today is the day. Come hang out with our Today in LA and Telemundo 52 morning news teams at our first free coffee event of the year. It's happening this morning at Lavender and Honey Espresso on Washington Boulevard in Pasadena. Robin Winston will join us live on air in just about an hour or so. So come on out as we celebrate the community following the Eden fire. It's been a tough start to the year, but we hope that we can catch up with you out there in Pasadena. And be sure to join us live at 7 a.m. for Today in LA streaming. You'll find our NBC4 Los Angeles news channel on Roku, Samsung TV Plus, Peacock, and other streaming platforms. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen to watch our channel anytime on your phone. We'll be right back.
It's your moment, your game, your place, your time to play. It's fun, it's exciting, and you're winning and winning and winning. Your moment is now at Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Morongo, good times, great moments.
Todd takes Prevagen for his brain, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Todd. I'm a veteran of 23 years. I served 3 overseas tours. I love to give back to the community. I saw a Prevagen commercial and I did some research on it. I started taking Prevagen about 3 years ago. I've told my coworkers and family since taking Prevagen how much of a difference it's made in my life. I feel really good.
Prevagen, for your brain.
Non-GMO pet food is important.
Genetically modifying things so we can use pesticides, herbicides on food items concerns me a lot because those are poisons. We're seeing cancer all the time, and it's more and more and more. To not put toxins into our bodies and our pets' bodies, the better off we're going to be. I recommend Gentle Giant's natural, non-GMO dog and puppy food and natural, non-GMO cat and kitten food.
Where do you find the soul of BMW? It's not just in a long legacy of performance, but in those who drive it. Lease the 2025 BMW i4 eDrive 40 for $399 per month.
Well, the customer service is pretty good, very friendly when you walk in, always asking questions. It's convenient, it's local to where we live and where I work.
When I walk in the door, I feel like I'm going to a place where everybody knows my name. The biggest benefit of being a member is that there's no fees.
You have to become a member because you're treated like family and the rates are extremely competitive.
Join Premier America Credit Union.
And we are hearing another story of heroism from the Eaton fire. A father and son who have helped save most of their homes on their block in Altadena on West Terrace Street. 80-year-old Theodore Sievers told us if he could have done more, he would have.
I've never done anything like this before in my life, see? So I guess it was time for me to step up to the plate.
I was telling him, like, it's time to go, Dad. It's time to go. Like, it's getting serious. You know, we might even be caved in just from how the fire is going.
But they stayed and they saved home after home with neighbors who were previously strangers. They said the only good thing that has come out of all of this is a new sense of unity that brought the neighborhood together.
4:58 right now. NASA astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams are finally on their way home, closing the book on their unintended 9-month stay in space. At 10:05 last night, the two, along with 2 others in the crew, undocked from the space station aboard a SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule. Wilmore and Williams are scheduled to splash down off the coast of Florida around 3 this afternoon. They'd been on board the International Space Station since last June, when their Boeing return capsule was sent back to Earth due to problems with it. Again, keep in mind, they were only supposed to be up there for about 8 days or so. So we're ready to welcome them back home. All right, just about 5 a.m. right now, killed in the line of duty. Hearts are heavy this morning after a pursuit and crash leaves a deputy dead.
The suspect arrested has allegedly put law enforcement in danger before. We are live with the investigation and reaction from the deputy's family.
And a ceasefire now shattered in the Middle East. What we're learning about the deadly wave of airstrikes in Gaza launched by Israel.
Breakfast with the Dodgers. Dodger Nation is amped up and tuning into the season opener happening right now in Tokyo. We are live at the team's official watch party that's just a little closer to home.
Today in LA at 5 starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, March 18th, as we take this live look outside at downtown LA. A beautiful shot here. Look how clear the skies are, how bright the lights are. Thanks for joining us and good morning to you. I'm Adrian Arambulo.
And I'm Lynette Romero. Happy Tuesday to you. It's going to be a beautiful day, and to tell us all about it, Belinda's here.
Hey, you know, I'm trying to put my finger on why I'm such a good mood. Is it because the Dodgers are back?
Yes.
Is it because of our coffee event?
Yes. Yes.
Is it because of the weather?
Yes.
Oh my God, we are winning. There you go. That is a grand slam. No, we need one more. All righty, everyone. Well, unfortunately, there is a catch to our forecast for today. This is the one thing that I'm watching, the winds. Right now, they're still active over the coast and in the deserts. So we're on the backside of the system that brought us the strong winds yesterday and the rain. So the winds are still going to be active for the mountains and the deserts. This is until 11 a.m. So the gusts in this area could still go up to about 50 miles per hour. And truthfully, the winds along the I-5 corridor, those are going to remain active throughout the day, overnight, and all the way into tomorrow. So keep that in mind if you drive a high-profile vehicle. Now check out these numbers. We are warming up, but not yet. So bundle up, because you've got 30s in the deserts, Big Bear 25, 40s pretty much everywhere else. So we do need that layer this morning, but by this afternoon, you may not need it. We're going to have bright sunny skies, a sunrise happening at 7 a.m. We are done with the rain. Put that umbrella away, and the temperatures today are coming up. Instead of the 50s, low 60s we had yesterday, temperatures today are going to be pushing 70 degrees in the Inland Empire. Now stick around. I'm going to show you when these winds die down, and I've got a big warm up in our future. Details ahead. Guys, over to you.
All right, thank you, Belen. Well, flags will be flown at half-staff today in honor of San Bernardino County Sheriff Deputy Hector Cuevas Jr., who was killed in a police pursuit.
He was trying to pull over a driver in a stolen vehicle when that crash happened. The driver with a criminal history. NBC4's Lauren Coronado is live in Victorville this morning, where we are hearing from the family of the fallen deputy. Lauren?
Lynette, Adrian, good morning. I want to let you know streets are back open. They were closed for quite some time after that deadly crash, and it's really such a devastating loss. And like you mentioned, a lot of family members, they were out here yesterday. We're hearing from them this morning.
It's my hero. Very proud.
It's my hero.
Very proud of him. That's the hero of the family.
That's the role model.
36-year-old Deputy Hector Cuevas Jr., a 6-year law enforcement veteran, a husband and father of 2. He was honored during an emotional procession yesterday. According to the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, it was just before 11 o'clock yesterday, Monday morning, when deputies were after a driver believed to be in a stolen car. During that pursuit, Deputy Cuevas was involved in a violent crash here at the intersection of Elevado and Seneca Roads in Victorville, where he died from his injuries.
I really have no words to describe this tragedy. Hector is the type of law enforcement officer that we all want to be. He was a grand and great protector and a great father.
As for the wanted driver, 22-year-old Ryan Turner, Sheriff Dickus says he was arrested after ditching the car he was in and trying to run from deputies. The sheriff also says Turner had previously been arrested for running from police before in Rialto, where he also caused a crash involving law enforcement. Of course, much more to come on this investigation. And like you guys mentioned, flags at the state capitol will be flown at half-staff. Reporting live here in Victorville, I'm Lauren Coronado for Today in LA.
A man is now in custody after a pursuit involving the Alhambra Police Department. This is video from just after midnight in East Hollywood. Now, we are working to get more details as to why officers were chasing after that suspect. We will update you with more information as soon as we learn more.
Developing now in the Middle East, the fragile ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is unraveling. Israel launched a wave of airstrikes across Gaza, killing hundreds of people. It is the largest attack since the ceasefire took effect in January. Now, here is a look at just some of the damage from these new strikes. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he ordered this because Hamas rejected a new ceasefire proposal. The Israeli ambassador to the UN says that they will not stop until all of their hostages are back home.
Today could be a first step in eventually ending the war in Ukraine. President Trump says he will speak with Russia's President Putin. Negotiators have started discussing the division of assets between Russia and Ukraine, specifically land and power plants. President Trump is also expected to push for a 30-day ceasefire, which was first discussed by the U.S. and Ukraine after their delegates met in Saudi Arabia last week.
It's a bad situation in Russia, and it's a bad situation in Ukraine. What's happening in Ukraine is not good, but we're going to see if we can work a peace agreement, a ceasefire and peace, and I think we'll be able to do it.
Putin has repeatedly indicated that he wants to cement Russia's land grabs during the war and stop Ukraine from ever joining NATO. That phone call is expected to happen sometime in the next hour.
5:05 right now. Investigators are looking into whether an old electrical circuit that hasn't carried power for decades could be responsible for the sparks that ignited the Eden fire. Some are saying the deadline should have been taken down a long time ago. The fire appeared to start under the decommissioned Mesa-Sylmar line. The possibility this dead circuit was momentarily energized and sparked is the focus of the investigation. And now we've learned that state regulations used to require unused electrical equipment to be removed. Now, that changed about 20 years ago when California utility regulators said that dead equipment could be left in place as long as utility companies said they might be reusing the lines or equipment sometime in the future. Edison says in regulatory filings it is evaluating the issues surrounding the decommissioned circuit, and it routinely inspects lines and towers.
Metro Micro is unveiling a new app for its on-demand rideshare program. The service is for short local trips and uses smaller vehicles that can seat up to 10 people. There's also a Leave Now option, which will connect you to the soonest available ride. You can also use the Tap Fare option or prepay within the app.
I'm back with your forecast in the Inland Empire. Let's take you through your day hour by hour. You may be waking up to some patchy fog and temperatures that are pretty chilly. You've got 40s out the door right now. Now, once the sun comes up, the temperatures will gradually warm. By 10 a.m., we'll be in the 50s. By noon, we're at 61. And then we've got rays for days. We're done with the 50s. Temperatures today are going to be in the mid to upper 60s during the afternoon. We'll have those 60s hang on until a little bit after the sun goes down. By 8 p.m., we're in the 50s. This morning, you're waking up to temperatures in the 30s in the deserts. Hang in there. Hopefully that sunshine makes it feel better later today. Highs will be cool in the 60s. I would hang on to a sweater. And here's the other reason why it's going to feel chilly. You're still going to have some active winds in the deserts, especially for the first half of the day. In the mountains, the temperatures chilly in the 40s, and you factor in that wind, it feels even colder. Now, here's your day in the Inland Empire, mid to upper 60s. Over in Orange County, a pleasant day if you're hitting the amusement parks or anything you have to do. Hey, the rain has been keeping us indoors. You know what? You don't have to worry about that today. Put on the sunscreen, bring your sunglasses. Over in Ventura County, we're still going to have some active wind. Same goes for the I-5 corridor through Santa Clarita, but look at these numbers. We're getting closer to seasonal temperatures, upper 60s in the San Fernando Valley, and here is your day in LA. Let's make it a great one. Now, if you're a fan of the warmer weather, stick around. That 7-day forecast has the temperatures going up, up, and up. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right, thank you, Belinda. Well, next at 5, a courtside emergency. Tracy Morgan rushed out of the New York Knicks game last night. The health struggle that people saw as celebrities and fans sending their well wishes.
And I'm Olivia Garvey, live here at Cosm LA. Dodger fans are helping the boys in blue kick off their season in Tokyo, matching up against the Cubs as we speak. And I'm going to catch up with the CEO and president of Cosm coming up.
Good stuff. Hey, speaking of good stuff, today's the day. We're going to be waiting for you this morning. Hang out with our Today in LA and Telemundo 52 team at our first free coffee event of the year. It's happening at Lavender and Honey Espresso on Washington Boulevard. It's in Pasadena. Robin Winston should be getting there. She's probably already there right now. We're going to join her live in a few minutes to see a preview before we open up those doors.
Get your forecast on your terms wherever you live in SoCal.
The NBC LA app delivers the most accurate local weather tailored just for you.
Download the NBC LA app now.
Because your weather, your way, starts here.
With 33 MPG, dare to go the distance.
Risk it, anyone?
The Kia Carnival Turbo Hybrid. Lease the new 2025 Carnival Hybrid LXS for $479 a month.
I slipped and fell on grease. I contacted Morgan & Morgan. It didn't cost me anything. That's what they told me up front. We'll handle your case. We'll take care of everything. We win, you win. Their efficiency is incredible, and they're just doggone nice.
From laminate and vinyl to tile and wood, Floor & Decor has more options for pros, homeowners, and anyone looking for the right look at the right price. Your next beautiful space is at Floor & Decor.
Prizes, gifts, giveaways. Celebrate 20 years of good times at Morongo.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event to save on an award-winning new Nissan, like Kicks, J.D. Power's most dependable small SUV, Sentra, a Consumer Reports top pick, and Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. All for under $30,000 at the Nissan Now sales event. Now get up to $3,000 total savings on Rogue, or get up to $1,250 total savings on Sentra.
Here for you, I'm gonna be here, right here for you. Don't you have no fear? I'm right here for you. I'm right here for you. I'll be here for you when you need me.
Touches of black. They stand for elegance, refinement. They make you see everything in a new light. Get 1.9% APR for up to 60 months on the purchase of select new 2025 Sportage and 2025 Sorrento models.
Puzzles are easy. Family, that's a real challenge. It happens rarely, but every once in a while we all go where we're supposed to go. And everything clicks into place.
Young Sheldon 5 times a week. Weeknights on Cozy TV.
5:11 right now. Fans are sending their well wishes for Tracy Morgan after he had to be wheeled away from a Knicks game. Now, this is a photo of Morgan at a game back in 2022. Last night, the comedian was sitting courtside at the New York Knicks versus Miami Heat NBA match when he seemingly fell ill. Now, he was apparently seen vomiting and wiping away blood from his face. It's unclear what happened, but he was wheeled away. Morgan has suffered several health setbacks in the past years, along with a serious car injury back in 2014.
All right, 5:12 right now. The season opener is underway. Thousands of miles away in Tokyo, Japan, your World Series champion Dodgers are taking on the Chicago Cubs.
So you might be wondering, what place is open right now for baseball fans to be watching at 4 o'clock in the morning? Well, the Cosm is open, and lots of people are there hanging out with Olivia Garvey. So you've got a special guest there, but that is the place to be this morning if you're a Dodger fan. If you're not in Japan.
No, exactly. So Cozumel LA, they will open their doors apparently at every hour of the day. And with me right now, we have Jeb Terry. He is the CEO and president of Cozum. Thank you so much for talking with me at 5 a.m.
I'm happy to do it. The Dodgers are up. The place is full. Yeah. We're having a blast.
Yeah, Dodgers are up right now, 3-1 against the Cubs. Just want to add that. They're kicking off their season, looking for a repeat. Jeb, how did this come about to be like, okay, let's open our doors to Dodger fans while this team is in Tokyo?
Well, we're all about transporting fans to amazing places around the world. Where can we take them where they can't get on their own?
Yeah.
And this is a perfect example of that. Not everyone can get to Tokyo. Right. And so drafting off the World Series, the fandom's here. We wanted to give them something special. And now we're live from the Tokyo Dome. Yeah. We got the crowd out in force, and they're having a blast.
I have to say, this is the most incredible venue. You feel like you are in Tokyo. You just watched Shohei Ohtani hit, and you feel like you're right behind him, watching him do his thing. But to see Dodger fans get up at 1:30 to come here and get through these doors at 2:30, what does that mean for you personally?
It's why we built this.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing, is how can we create these special moments for fans to cheer, gather, have fun?
Yeah.
This is exactly what it's about. That's why we built this business.
Yeah, well, something just happened in the game. We cannot show you, but someone got a hit. They're doing their little dance. Yeah,
the Shohei. That might be what it is.
And what can people expect if they want to come tomorrow and watch, the final game of the series?
Yeah, go to Cozum.com, get a ticket, check it out. You promise to be a fun energy, great food.
Yeah.
But it's all about the experience. We call it shared reality. It's about coming together, being with other fans, and just having fun.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Well, you've done a great job. Thank you so much for opening your doors and allowing, Dodger fans to come in here and kick off the season.
Well, thank you for the support. We're glad to do it.
Thank you, Jeb. All right, back to you guys in studio.
All right, thank you, Olivia. Hey, Olivia, Dodger
we got
fans,
guys dancing, maybe.
Yeah, we're seeing it. He's a good fan back there.
Something good must have happened there, right? Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, so Dodger fans were already bummed out about Mookie missing out in this series. And today, just minutes before the game started, the World Series MVP, Freddie Freeman, apparently scratched from the lineup. Do you know what happened?
Left rib discomfort. Now, he had that ankle injury last year. He played through it, but you don't want to mess around with this stuff. This is the first 2 games of the season. It doesn't mean that it doesn't matter. You want to win the first 2 games to set the tone for the rest of 2025. But right now, guys, it's just not worth it. We're, almost a week away from opening day here at Dodger Stadium against the Detroit Tigers. So they're just easing him in and making sure everything's good so that he can play a 161 game season plus, guys.
Olivia, can you just ask these guys behind you why they're so happy? What's going on?
Guys, why are you so happy right now?
Oh, man, it's a Sunday fun day. Yeah. Right?
On a Tuesday.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's Tuesday, right?
And the Dodgers are winning.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
You guys are literally the best fans in baseball because it is 5 a.m. You guys have the best energy. I love it. These fans are so ready for this season to start and to repeat what they did last year, and that's win a World Series.
We love having you out there. Thank you so much, Olivia.
And I want to point out that he said it's Sunday fun day. I mean, they're not even serving alcohol. So he's just in his own zone, his own world there, enjoying the Dodgers.
All right. Thanks, Olivia.
He's fully awake. That's why he's like, what day is it? I don't know. The Dodgers are on.
The Dodgers are on. They're winning. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth? Oh, my gosh. It's going to be a fantastic day. So let me get you to what's happening in your forecast. Hi, everybody. We still have some lingering winds this morning. Wind advisory in effect until 11 a.m. But a warm-up begins today, and the temperatures are going to be in the 60s with plenty of sunshine. Then the rest of the week, spring fever. It's going to be dry and seasonal. Now, if you're a fan of those nice spring temperatures, enjoy them, because then over the weekend and through early next week, we're just going to jump straight into summer. The temperatures early next week are expected to rise into the 80s and low 90s. Now, this morning, we've got some chilly conditions out there, 30s, 40s on the map, but look at what we have to look forward to. Did you like that? I just did a Vanna White like that. Woo! Highs in the mid to upper 60s, close to 70 degrees in a few locations. Low 60s this afternoon in the desert, and over in Big Bear, 43 degrees, and fantastic air quality. This usually happens after a storm system. It acts kind of like a vacuum. It takes away all of the pollutants and all of the gunk we have in the air, and today it's going to be fantastic. If you do have respiratory issues, you don't need to worry about stepping outside. Now, in the desert, desert. You may encounter some blowing dust. We still have the winds up there. Same goes through the I-5 corridor. And here we are looking at the weather at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And notice how it's still breezy through Santa Clarita. Some winds along the coast, but nothing like what we had yesterday. Here we are this evening, still seeing some winds through the Santa Clarita Valley. And truthfully, that area, the winds are not going anywhere over the next 24 hours. So that's a place to watch and be careful. By tomorrow morning, we're looking at much better winds everywhere else. Now, look at the temperatures. The trend in Santa Clarita today and everywhere. Today is the coolest day of the week. We're warming up compared to yesterday, but we're in the mid-60s. Now, look at the rest of the week in Santa Clarita. The temperatures will stay pretty steady. We're going to have 70s Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, a little warmer, 78, then Saturday, 76, then Sunday, 81, and next Monday, temperatures are going to be flirting around 90 degrees as an area of high pressure takes over and the weather really dries out. You don't need the umbrella for the rest of the week. You are safe to wash the car. Temperatures today in the 60s. Tomorrow we're heading for the 70s, and then we're going to stay there straight through Saturday. It's Sunday into Monday when the weather starts to feel a little more like summer. In fact, next Monday for Los Angeles, around 80 degrees. The Valley's the Inland Empire, still some lingering winds this morning, areas of fog possible in the IE, then 70s for the rest of the week. And this weekend, mid to upper 70s, 80s on Sunday, and next Monday, temperatures are going to come close to 90 degrees. Tuesday will possibly be even hotter. The high desert, watch out for the winds. 60s Wednesday, Thursday for the start of spring. Friday, 71, and over the weekend, more 70s. The low desert will have temperatures in the 70s today and tomorrow, then 80s, then next week, 90s, and then finally in the mountains, winds today. And then the rest of the week, the temperatures are expected to be in the 50s. That's your forecast, everyone. Now we're going to get a check of the drive with Julia Dang in News Chopper 4. How are things looking?
Good morning, Belen. It is looking great morning after St. Patrick's Day. We're looking south from the 2 and the 5 in Glendale. We're getting a little bit more volume on the northbound side of the 5, but it's moving well. No closures, no crashes on the 5. If you look at the 2, though, looks to me like there's a closure on the southbound side of the 2. It's between the 5 and Glendale Boulevard. You can get off and take Glendale Boulevard as an alternate if you're heading southbound. Looking good on the northbound side of the 2. Back to you.
All right.
All right, thank you for that, Julie. We appreciate it. Okay, it is 5:20 right now. Next at 5, Trojan Fight, the new lawsuit USC is facing over its social media posts.
Plus, you think that your conversations are protected, right? Well, you might want to think again why some interactions with Alexa will no longer be considered private.
Look closely at 4x4s with the muscle, tech, and durability needed to go anywhere. Lease a Bronco Sport for $299 a month for $36, or a Bronco for $399 a month for $36. It's time to see Ford in a new light.
Thanks for sharing. Who's next?
I feel I don't really understand when it's appropriate to hit reply or reply all.
We've all been there.
I stay awake at night worrying that my security service isn't cutting it. I feel so vulnerable.
I couldn't help overhearing your security insecurity. Bailarm is your all-in-one partner for security and life safety. And with best-in-class technology and local service, you can rest easy knowing everything is secure.
I can finally sleep
like a baby.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Go on.
I think I got away with something I shouldn't have. The temptation, it was too much.
What did you do?
Well, I got a brand new Hyundai Ioniq 5 for only $5,000.
Holy Santa Fe.
Enjoy the new car.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Deal so right, it almost feels wrong.
Get 2.99% APR for 72 months or $3,000 bonus cash on the Hyundai Santa Fe. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer.
Rise, 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 and thrive. Velveeta.
Ordinary is the opposite of beautiful. Beauty drops our jaws, dilates our eyes, and beauty is something we can create right now at Floor & Decor.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. My husband John and I started this firm over 35 years ago. We started Morgan & Morgan to help families in need. And as the firm aged, so did our family. All three of our boys are now attorneys at the firm, helping the injured of this country by giving them back their dignity. That's our family legacy. If you're injured, call us. We aren't just America's largest injury firm. We're your family's firm. ForThePeople.com.
Look closely at 4x4s with the muscle, tech, and durability needed to go anywhere. Lease a Bronco Sport for $299 a month for $36, or a Bronco for $399 a month for $36. It's time to see Ford in a new light.
523, Sony is suing USC, accusing the school of using more than 170 songs and social media posts to promote the Trojans. Sony claims USC did not license the songs, and they want $150,000 for each copyright infringement, adding up to $42 million. USC released a statement saying it respects the intellectual property rights of others and will respond to the allegations in court.
Some people are calling it an invasion of privacy. Amazon is planning to remove a privacy setting on its Echo devices on March 28th that will allow virtually all voice requests to go to the company's cloud. Amazon says its cloud-based voice service, Alexa, currently offers an opt-in feature called Do Not Send Voice Recordings, which stops audio requests from being sent to the company. But that feature is ending towards the end of the month. It's being replaced with a new feature called Don't Save Recordings. Despite the feature, Amazon's cloud service will still process the recording before deleting them.
A big announcement from Harvard University. The Ivy League school will now offer free undergraduate tuition for families making under $200,000 a year. The university will also cover all schooling costs for families with annual incomes of $100,000 or less. So that would include, again, tuition, but also room and board, travel costs, and health insurance. This will begin in the 2025-2026 school year.
All right, 524 right now. Forget Taco Tuesday. Today's all about free coffee.
We're talking about our first free coffee event of the year, and we're going to check in with Robin Winston, who's helping us open the doors in Pasadena right after the break.
And this morning, it's being called a victory for the community of Watts. Why a metal and recycling company was ordered by a judge to stop its operations.
You guys, we're just talking about our free coffee event. Here's the forecast. We can't wait to see you at Lavender and Honey. Temperatures at the start of the event 45. By 8 a.m. we'll have sunshine 46, and by 9 a.m. temperatures around 51. So we'll see you out there. Bundle up if you're going to be waiting in line. I've got a great forecast for today and a warming trend on the way. We're just going to skip past spring and go to summer. It's 525. The view right now, beautiful over the city. We'll be right back.
Traffic is brought to you locally by Jacoby and Myers Injury Lawyers, because you deserve justice.
The cost of being involved in a car accident can create chaos in your life. Property damage, healthcare costs, and lost income can add up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. At Jacoby and Myers, we provide the legal and emotional support you need. For over 50 years, we've been fighting for Californians, and we've recovered over $2 billion in settlements. If you've been injured in an accident, we can get you the compensation you need. Call Jacoby and Myers at 1-800-5-MILLION today, because you deserve justice.
23 car dealers, one unbelievable place. We go to the Cerritos Auto Square.
Our size is the reason we're able to offer special pricing, and that is why we sell more cars than any other destination in SoCal.
That's unbelievable.
Cerritos Auto Square.
Del Taco's Jumbo Shrimp, wrapped up with fresh cabbage, pico de gallo, secret sauce, and a squeeze of lime. That's big-time flavor in a big-time taco. Get 2 Jumbo Shrimp tacos for only $6 for a limited time at Del Taco.
Open your world to all that SeaWorld San Diego has to discover. Make new connections with orcas, belugas, dolphins, and more. Explore new depths of awe-inspiring beauty with Jewels of the Sea, the all-new immersive jellyfish experience. And set sail on a flavorful journey as you sample your way through an all-new menu at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Inspiring, thrilling, exciting for all. There's so much more to SeaWorld than ever before. Save up to 55% on tickets, fun cards, and passes. Hurry, offer ends soon.
The firestorm swept through the Pacific Palisades and Altadena neighborhoods a month ago, reducing more than 16,000 structures to ash and causing an estimated $275 billion in damages. Many residents fear their community will never be the same.
We know that there's always tomorrow.
In the most devastating natural disaster in California's history, we are seeing people come together like never before.
Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
23 car dealers, one unbelievable place. We go to the Cerritos Auto Square.
Our size is the reason we're able to offer special pricing, and that is why we sell more cars than any other destination in SoCal.
That's unbelievable.
Cerritos Auto Square.
Just about 5:30, tensions escalating in the Middle East once again as Israel launches a series of airstrikes across Gaza.
And this shatters that fragile ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. We are monitoring the overnight developments.
And then Southern California is mourning the loss of a deputy killed in a pursuit crash in Victorville. The criminal history now being revealed about the driver the deputy was trying to pull over.
And a big win for the Watts community, what the owners of a controversial junkyard are being told to do as the criminal court case gets underway.
Today in LA at 5 starts now.
Good morning to you. It is Tuesday, March 18th. We're so glad you're here with us. I'm Lynette Romero.
And I'm Adrian Arambulo, and it is a very special day here on Today in LA because today marks our first coffee event of the year, right?
Yes, yes, and yes.
Yes. So this is a live look from Lavender and Honey Espresso in Pasadena. And you can see,
look at that. It's gorgeous.
Look at the lighting in there. It looks like we got some folks.
Is that Robin right there? Hey, Robin. That's Robin.
Rebecca. Is that Rebecca?
Oh, is that Rebecca?
Yeah, and it looks like the staff's there. They're getting everything open and ready. Robin Whitson is setting things up, ready to meet the first round of customers. We're going to check in with her in just about 15 minutes. But it looks like a beautiful space. Can't wait to get down there and check it out.
They've got some merch. They got T-shirts.
Yeah, talk with all our friends, make new friends this morning.
I can hardly wait to see. Have you looked at their menu yet?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Yummy.
And they have a specialty drink that I'd like to try. We'll see.
We get there.
Oftentimes we get so caught up in conversation, don't get to try the coffee.
Yeah, we don't get a chance. So that's okay with me. I'm ready for the hugs. I'm ordering hugs right now.
There you go. I'd like both if I could. Yeah. Well, Adrian and I were talking this morning. We're like, are you going to get your coffee now? Are you going to wait till later? We're being very strategic with our caffeine intake. Yeah. Alrighty, everyone. Well, happy Coffee Tuesday. We're going to replace the taco. Can't wait to see everybody out there. And the weather is finally going to shape up. You know, the rain has been good. We need the moisture. But now we're going to get to some sunshine and some warmer temperatures. That system that impacted us yesterday is gone, but we're on the backside of it, and we're still seeing some lingering effects. Some snow through the grapevine very lightly and some lingering winds. So especially for the first half of the day, the mountains and deserts will continue to experience those gusty conditions. Gusts up to about 50 miles per hour. It's also going to be pretty windy through the I-5 corridor. Now, look at the difference from yesterday in terms of temperatures. It is much colder. So right now we're waking up to 30s in the deserts, 40s for lower elevations. But as soon as the sun is up, it's going to be glorious. A sunrise happening around 7 a.m. Here's your forecast. Numbers this morning in the 40s, still breezy through the valleys, the high desert, the mountains. The temperatures there in the 30s, teens in the mountains. But this afternoon, rays 4 days, highs in the 60s, close to 70 for the valleys, the Inland Empire, and in the mountains 43 degrees. Just ahead that 7-day forecast, I got a big warm up on the way, but right now let's check on the drive and say good morning to our friend Julia Dang in News Chopper 4.
Belen, it is our favorite spaghetti bowl. We are over the East LA interchange looking west, northwest. You're seeing taillights here in the northbound 101 and the northbound 5. Traffic picking up just a little bit, but no major issues here. If you're taking this to get to our coffee event in Pasadena, you should be just fine. Again, a little bit heavier getting onto the 5, and then on the westbound 10 and the 60, we're seeing volume pickup as well, but no crashes, no closures, no need for an alternate. We're live in News Chopper 4. Back to you at the desk.
All right, thank you very much, Julia. 5:32 right now. Developing now in the Middle East, the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas has been shattered.
Israel launched new deadly airstrikes in Gaza. NBC4's Michelle Weiss is following the overnight developments in our newsroom and joins us with the very latest this morning. Michelle.
Adrian, Lynette, good morning. The ceasefire deal now hanging in the balance. In about 2 hours, the United Nations Security Council will be meeting to talk about what's happening in Gaza. This while the death toll continues to rise significantly. NBC and Palestinian officials now reporting just over 400 people killed, many of them children. Over 500 also injured as a result of multiple attacks and massacres in Gaza. There are still a number of victims underneath the rubble, but also believed to be among the dead, Mahmoud Abu Wafa, the highest-ranking Hamas security official in Gaza. The Israeli strikes damaged buildings and debris scattered across the area. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he had instructed the military to take strong action against the Palestinian Islamist group Hamas in response to the group's refusal to release hostages and rejection of ceasefire proposals. Israel's ambassador to the United Nations released a stern video message, mincing no words.
We will show no mercy on our enemies. Let me be very clear. Israel will not stop until all of our hostages are back home.
These strikes were the heaviest Israeli military bombardment in Gaza since the ceasefire deal was reached 2 months ago. Israel says there are 59 hostages remaining in Gaza, most of whom are believed to be dead. Hamas said with the recent airstrikes, Israel had exposed the surviving hostages to an unknown fate. Now, the White House says it was also consulted and supports Israel's actions, blaming Hamas for renewed clashes. Adrian?
Michelle, thank you. 5:34 right now. Family, friends, fellow sheriff's deputies are remembering San Bernardino County Deputy Hector Cuevas Jr. He was killed in a crash during a pursuit yesterday afternoon. The 6-year veteran was chasing after a driver in a stolen car. It's unclear how the crash happened, but the damage left behind, as you can see, was significant. The patrol SUV was split into two with debris scattered everywhere. The driver involved in the pursuit has been identified as Ryan Dwayne Turner Jr.
It's my understanding that this suspect had previously been arrested for evading police as well in the city of Rialto and also caused a law enforcement cruiser to collide into a citizen previously.
Well, that driver now faces charges including vehicular manslaughter, among other charges. We're going to hear from the family of Deputy Cuevas at 6. Meanwhile, flags at the state capitol will be flown at half-staff in honor of Deputy Cuevas.
5:35 right now, a follow-up and a major win for the Watts community. A controversial junkyard known as Atlas Metal Company, this is it here, has been ordered to stop operating as the owners face felony charges. NBC4's Brittany Hope is live in downtown LA, where yesterday's bail hearing, Brittany, revealed some new information about this case.
Hi, Lynette. A really big part of that hearing was conversation around gas cylinders and the danger that they pose to the community in Watts when and if they explode. Now, those combustibles were not supposed to be on the property, so that was a big part of the judge's decision, and the defense attorneys actually agreed.
We do want to put restrictions and protocols in place that make sure Atlas operates safely. And to that end, Your Honor, our proposal on behalf of Gary Weisenberg and I also believe Matt Weisenberg is that we keep Atlas closed at this moment in time.
The co-owners of Atlas Metal were in the courtroom. The bail for Matthew Weisenberg, seen in the light green shirt and glasses, is set for $1 million. Gary Weisenberg was released on $100,000 bond over the weekend, citing his older age, health problems, and cognitive issues. Both men and their company also agreed to allow more oversight and surprise inspections at the facility. A 25-count indictment alleges decades of wrongdoing at the Watts property. This comes after an explosion there in August, the third since 2002. Toxic chemicals and metals contaminated soil of nearby Jordan High School, and pieces of metal and debris, shrapnel from the plant, were found on the campus too. LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman argues the company spent 70 years raking in profits while children, teachers, and the community have been put in harm's way. He spoke about the case yesterday in an exclusive interview with NBC4.
So the fact that they're finally told that they can't take any more effectively metals into their facilities, that the owners of the Atlas metals are now held to meaningful bail, and the case is moving forward. That part is terrific.
Councilmember Tim McOsker agrees, saying in part, quote, the Watts community has endured toxic exposure far too long. This is a step toward ensuring every resident can live, learn, and thrive in a safe and healthy environment. Now back out here live, looking ahead, a pre-trial hearing has now been set for March 28th. Reporting in downtown, Brittany Hope for Today in LA.
All right, thank you, Brittany. The LAPD says thieves are using Wi-Fi jammers to stay undetected while committing crimes. The jammers are described as sort of a universal key that disrupts security systems and cameras without setting off alarms. So residents are advised to add extra security measures outside of their homes to make it harder for criminals to get inside. You can also invest in a hardwired security system through a reputable company to better protect your home.
As LA prepares to host the Olympics in 2028, there's a big push to make public transportation the way to go. The chair of the Metro Board of Directors says they're working on that, and safety is a top priority.
I am committed to keeping weapons off of our system. I think if you can't go to a Dodger game, if you can't go to the airport, if you can't even go to a concert without going through some kind of metal detection that keeps weapons out of those venues, then I don't believe you should be allowed to bring a gun, a lead pipe, a knife on our system.
Metro is testing a program to detect weapons before passengers board buses and trains.
All right, March has been very rainy and chilly, but now we're headed for a big pattern change. Here's what you can expect. Today, we still have some lingering winds, especially in the mountains and deserts, but the numbers are going up and the sunshine is returning. Spring officially starts this Thursday at 3:06 a.m. and the weather will be sunny and very seasonal. But once we get into the weekend, not only will we not have any rain, we're going to be drying out, but the weather is going to start to feel a little more like summer. We're not there yet. This morning, you still need to bundle up. You've got 30s up in the desert, 20s over in Big Bear, 40s for the Inland Empire, Orange County, LA County, all the way over into Ventura County. So it's going to be a chilly start to the day. That usually happens after a storm passes and the skies clear. The numbers go down. That's what we're feeling this morning, but we're going to rebound this afternoon. Highs are going to be in the mid to upper 60s, pushing 70 degrees for the valleys, the Inland Empire. Still a cool day in the deserts, low 60s there, and over in Big Bear, 43 degrees. Again, those winds will still be remaining and causing a little bit of a headache. So just ahead, I'll be showing you when those winds wrap up and when the temperatures heat up, because amigos, all of a sudden it's going to feel like summer. I'll show you when just ahead. Lynette, back to you. Oh, hi, Julia Dang. How's the drive looking?
Hey there, Belen. Temps heating up and traffic as well on the northbound side of the 5. You're looking at the 5 and the 605 in Downey. We are looking north. That's where you're seeing these taillights on the 5. You're fine southbound on the 5, and you're fine southbound and northbound on the 605. Probably no need for an alternate just yet at this time of day. No crashes, no closures here. We are live in News Chopper 4. Back to you on the desk.
All right, Julia, thank you. And next at 5, once stranded, but now homebound, the exciting update for a pair of astronauts who have finally left the International Space Station after 9 long months, when you can see that splashdown.
Good morning, everyone. Robin Winston here for Today in LA. Super excited because it's our first free coffee event of the year for 2025. And we're at Lavender and Honey Espresso. It's a local business here in Pasadena that withstood the Eden fire. The community has gone through so much. So we'll check in with the owners. We'll talk about all the great things they have to offer. And we're inviting you to come out. So we'll have all the details coming up after the break.
How we doing? Every morning, it's all happening on Today. And tomorrow, we're live from Nashville celebrating 100 years of the Grand Ole Opry. Join us as Blake Shelton gives an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the festivities. Tomorrow, only on Today.
We could tell you what it's capable of. Or you could find out for yourself. How we get there matters. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
Looking to refresh the style in your home? Here at Mathis Home, we can help you find exactly what you need during our spring style event. Whether you're looking for rustic farmhouse, classic, or modern and eclectic, we have all the latest looks that will leave your home feeling brand new. Whatever your style, we know that we can help you find it at the lowest price. Because not only do we want you to feel good in your home, we know that to earn your business, our prices have to be the best. So come to the spring style event at your furniture superstore, Mathis Home.
If it's actions that speak louder than words, we'll let the versatile, adventure-ready BMW X3 show you what we mean. The BMW X3, the ultimate driving machine.
Lease the 2025 BMW X3 30X Drive for $659 per month.
Our dad, John Morgan, started Morgan & Morgan with a mission to protect the people.
And we've grown into America's largest injury law firm, but we're still a family business at heart.
We've helped millions of families.
Over 2 million families called us last year alone, and we're ready to help you, too.
When you're injured, trust the family that fights for families like yours.
We're not just attorneys, we're a family. After all, it's our legacy.
There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
For the people.
For the families.
I didn't know it, but my leg and back pain was coming from my feet. Then my personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store got me back in the picture.
Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm back to the best version of myself.
Get back in the picture. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
We could tell you what it's capable of. Or you could find out for yourself. How we get there matters. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
From Severance, Adam Scott. There's not one person I know that doesn't watch it.
It's so weird. All these terms like innie and outie, baby goats.
If no one knew what your show is about and you're like, any Audi goat.
Today at 2 on NBC4.
5:44. Welcome back to Today in LA. We are making calls to try to find out what happened when an LAPD cruiser crashed into a driver in Encino. The crash left 2 officers and a 6-year-old child hurt. It happened last night near the intersection of Lindley and Burbank. The girl appeared to be doing okay as she was wheeled into an ambulance.
Well, NASA astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams are finally on their way back home, closing the book on their unintended 9-month-long stay in space. At 10:05 last night, the astronauts, along with 2 others, undocked from the space station aboard a SpaceX capsule. Wilmore and Williams are scheduled to splash down off the coast of Florida right around 4 p.m. our time. Now, keep in mind, the original mission was only supposed to have them in space for about 8 days, and that turned into 9 months. So they've been extremely patient.
Yeah.
And,
and their families.
Right.
Can you imagine how their families must feel?
Super stressful. So we're welcoming them back home, and hopefully it's a smooth trip and everything goes perfect.
Absolutely. An easy transition. We're hoping for that for them. They've been through a lot. All right, 5:45 right now. The day is here. Today is our first free coffee event of the year, and we are kicking things off by also honoring the Eaton Fire community.
So we're in Pasadena at Lavender and Honey Espresso, this morning's special event, bringing together the community that's been through so much so far this year. Robin Winston is out there already getting things ready for us. Robin, how's it going so far? Good morning.
Good morning. It's going well. The coffee's brewing. It smells so good in here. And I'm here with the owner, Charlie Porter, who is hosting us today. So, Charlie, thank you so much for hosting us.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much. We're just so excited that so many people want to keep eyes on Altadena in this area. So many people need the attention right now.
Yeah.
And this is a great opportunity to keep the attention here. And we thank you guys so much for that.
Well, thank you. And thank you for being here for the community. We'll talk about all the great things that you all are doing in just a bit. But can we just talk a little bit about the Eaton Fire? And you were one of a few businesses that, survived the Eaton Fire. What has that journey been like when so many other businesses and homes in the area didn't make it?
It's been bizarre, surreal, wild. We got very lucky. Even though we're in Pasadena. We're really close to that Altadena border. And I think when everything was happening, no one knew really how far this thing was going to go. Our business was shut down for about 12 days, ultimately, just in the aftermath, the fallout from everything, the water not being good. And it was bizarre and terrifying and really just truly affecting to see so many other business owners lose everything, families lose everything. It's been such an awful experience for so many, but the community, I have to say, has been so resilient, maintained positivity in the face of all of this. And we've seen a really neat coming together. We see it in the space a lot, but just in general, and Altadena and Pasadena too.
And that's what today is about. Today is about just celebrating that resilience and letting you guys know that we're here for you and we welcome your stories. We want to know about your journey. I want to know about lavender and honey. How'd you come up with that, Dave? I think it sounds like a good combination.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's actually kind of funny. We almost backed into the name. I think we built our menu before we built the company name. And so my wife and I were working through all these things. And we were like, these recurring themes of lavender flavors, honey flavors. And then we're like, it's kind of evocative of, European French countryside, also of wine country, and it also just felt like right for this area. It just felt right. Yeah. And at a certain point we just started saying it and we started calling it L&H, and it just morphed into this whole thing, and it was like, that's it. It just happened on its own.
Sticking.
Yeah,
it
just worked.
We love it. We're gonna go with it. So coming up, can you give me a little tour and tell us about everything on the menu? Because your menu is extensive over here.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd absolutely love to do that. Yeah, we have a lot of great things. One of the things that sets us apart is we have a kids menu too. We really want families to be able to come in and enjoy themselves. Okay. Yeah, we want people to know that it's okay to bring your kids. Yeah. We have young children. We know the craziness that goes with that. You want to have a place where you can get something for your kids, also have a moment for yourself. Absolutely. So we offer all kinds of different things. We have a full specialty coffee menu, but also we have our own signature drinks, fun things like that. We're going to talk about it. Yeah, great.
We'll talk about it. We'll go through the menu. Charlie has already had 3 shots of espresso, so I have to catch up. I love that you have a menu for kids. That is I've never been to a coffee shop that has a special menu for kids. So we'll talk about that. We'll check out the menu. Meanwhile, come on out. Toast with us. We're once again celebrating the community, celebrating the resilience. We'll give you guys a sneak peek of all the cool stuff they have here in the shop.
We can't wait.
I was wondering how Charlie was so awake. Like,
3 shots of espresso.
Yeah, 3 shots. Yeah. I need at least one to get it going.
Let's do it.
All right. Thank you, Robin. We'll talk to you in a few.
All right, so we're going to be out there from 6:30 until 9:30 this morning.
Yes, so, as soon as we're done with Today in LA, we're going to rush over there and meet up with Robin, so we'll see you there. But she's going to open up the doors. Yeah. Welcome everybody in.
And you're getting us ready with our wardrobe choices, right?
Yes.
You got to wear a jacket. It's going to be pretty cool out there this morning.
We have some very loyal family members in our Today in LA family. They're going to be standing out there for a little bit. They got to bundle up. So Leonard, Dave Morris, Chris Naspy.
Yes.
All righty. We can't wait to see everybody out there. So yes, bundle up. The temperatures are chilly out there right now. Once the sun is up, then we'll start to get to a gradual warm up. But that's not going to happen until 6:58. The sun's setting today, 7:03. So we're at 12 hours. 4 minutes of daylight. Thursday is the official start of spring, the vernal equinox. Equinox is Latin for equal night, and we're about there. We have about an equal amount of daytime and nighttime. And boy, we got to take advantage of today. It's going to be a beautiful one, but there is a catch. We still have some lingering winds in the mountains and in the deserts. That's where a wind advisory is in effect until 11 a.m. So the first half of the day is still going to be windy in those locations, and you're probably still going to feel those winds through the I-5 corridor. So here we are looking at the weather around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Notice how the winds will be much lighter in the deserts, but we're not really going to get rid of them through the Grapevine area or through the Santa Clarita Valley. So watch out for that. Those winds will remain active today, tonight, and tomorrow is when we're going to start to see a little bit of relief, and then the winds improve for everyone. Now let me show you the weather hour by hour in Orange County, where you have numbers this morning around 47, 46 at 7 a.m. when the sun comes up, 50 by 9 a.m. By noon, we're at 62 degrees. With that sunshine, it's going to feel really nice, and the temperatures will be in the mid-60s during the afternoon, all the way until the sun goes down. After that point, we'll see those numbers coming down, 50s by 8 p.m. Now here's a look at where we are so far in March. We're more than halfway through the month, and most of the month has been below normal. It's also been very rainy lately, so it has been a very active month, and the temperatures have been cooler than normal. But now we have a pattern change on the way. We're not going to see as many storms. The one that we had yesterday, that one has moved off, so the weather is drying for the rest of the week. Now, towards the end of the week, there is going to be a system up to the north. It's just going to bring us some cloud cover tomorrow into Thursday, but that's it. Notice how most of the rain is going to stay up to the north. Now, as we get into the weekend, an area of high pressure will start to sneak in to the west coast, and this is the system that's going to cause a warming and drying trend. Here's a 7-day forecast. After today, the temperatures hold pretty steady. You see those numbers in the low 70s for the Basin, Orange County, pretty much through Sunday. Then next week, temperatures take off. We're going to be around 80 degrees. For the coast, we may see the return of a marine layer Thursday and Friday. Spring officially starts on Thursday, and it's certainly going to feel like it for a few days. Then all of a sudden, it feels like summer from Sunday into Monday. Temperatures at the coast next week, 75 for Monday. The valleys, the Inland Empire, we've got some breezy conditions this morning. Today will be the coolest day out of the week. Then the temperatures are going to be rising into the mid to upper 70s for the rest of the week. Even warmer this weekend. We get to the 80s on Sunday, and then close to 90 degrees on Monday. In the deserts, watch out for blowing dust. You're still going to have some lingering winds today. 60s there. Warmer the rest of the week, 70s by Friday. Then over the weekend, more 70s. The low desert will have temperatures in the 70s, then 80s. And by next Monday, we're looking at highs around 94. And then finally in the mountains, lots of fresh new snow to enjoy. Watch out for winds through the mountain passes and canyons. And then the weather will be brighter and sunnier. The rest of the week, we're looking at 50s by Thursday. That's your forecast, everyone. Now let's check on the drive. Hey, Julia, how are things looking up there?
Hey there, Belen. Look at all the drivers out here. They definitely had their espresso shots this morning. We are over the 60 and the 605 now, looking west in South El Monte. Where you're seeing these tail lights now, traffic is picking up a little bit on the westbound 60. It's moving okay for now. No need for an alternate. No need to get off the freeway. This doesn't really slow down until you get to the East LA interchange. But we're tracking the drive times now from the 605 to the 710 on the westbound 60. It's going to be about 20-25 minutes. Other freeways here looking great. Northbound, southbound 605 moving well. We're live in News Dropper 4. Back to you at the desk.
All right, thank you very much, Julia. Well, coming up news at 6 a.m., the Dodgers are picking up where they left off as world champs. They are starting their season 5,000 miles away. We have team coverage from Tokyo and the fan viewing experience in Inglewood.
Everybody's Dodger Blue. And be sure to join us live at 7 a.m. for Today in LA streaming. You'll find our NBC4 Los Angeles news channel on Roku, Samsung TV Plus, Peacock, and other streaming platforms. You can scan that QR code right there on your screen to watch our channel anytime on your phone.
Weather is brought to you locally by 3 Day Blinds. You'll love the treatment.
Home, where routine meets remarkable. With unexpected moments of inspiration around every corner and through every window. Quiet mornings in the sun, with portals to new worlds. And fine dining with a view. Your window treatments should be as inspiring as your home and the remarkable routine of your daily life. 3 Day Blinds.
Lease a new 2025 K4 LXS for $209 a month.
If you're hurt in an accident, call the attorneys at Sweet James. Sweet James will help you recover from your injury. Whether it's a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or even a bicycle accident, Sweet James will be right there. Awarded Best Attorneys of America.
Ordinary is the opposite of beautiful. Beauty drops our jaws, dilates our eyes, and beauty is something we can create right now at Floor & Decor.
When you can get complete bedrooms, luxurious living rooms, delectable dining sets, best-selling mattresses, and motion sofas with all the bells and whistles for under $1,000, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob! Bob's Discount Furniture.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. If you have lost loved ones, your home, business, or property because of the Los Angeles wildfires, call us now or visit CaliWildfireLawsuit.com.
That nobody else could. I know you did. And I won't
Join us in celebrating 70 years in the U.S. and get exclusive offers on select new Volvo models.
We are committed to bringing you the latest
24/7 from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and every hour in between.
If anything should happen, I guarantee you we will be back on the air.
We're tracking an area of low pressure and the threat of the rain on the way.
Stay informed. Keep it locked here with us.
The traffic alert extended. We'll definitely keep you posted.
From 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
We want to thank our viewers for tuning in, for trusting us.
Trust NBC for you.
We're happy to do that for you.
Well, she is California's newest multi-millionaire, but her identity remains a bit of a mystery. California lottery officials revealed a woman named Rosemary Casarati won the largest Mega Millions jackpot in our state's history. She bought the ticket at the Sunshine Food and Gas Circle K in Shasta County back in December. She elected to remain anonymous and will receive the prize, a lump sum of $571 million. All at once.
Rosemary!
Yeah, almost $90 million was raised in the historic jackpot for California schools as well.
Wow. Would love to talk to Rosemary.
Yeah. All right, all new at 6 a.m., a sheriff's deputy killed in the line of duty. The tragedy happened during a high-speed pursuit in San Bernardino County.
We are live with the investigation and also new details about the suspect and how the deputy's family says they want the community to remember him.
Are you ready?
And it's time for Dodgers baseball. No matter the hour, the boys in blue kick off the season 5,000 miles away from home. We are live with the sleepless excitement as diehard fans cheer on the Dodgers. You know what? We just found out. They just won.
Woohoo!
This is Today in LA at 6.
Good morning. It is Tuesday, March 18th, and this is a live look from Lavender and Honey Espresso in Pasadena, the latest spot for our free coffee event, the first free coffee event of the year.
Look at those pastries, desserts. That's right. Hey, we are celebrating Altadena and the community's resilience as they recover from the Eaton fire. Robin Winston is there. We're going to check in with her in just a few minutes. Hopefully, she got at least one shot of espresso.
And Dodger fans were either up early or pulling an all-nighter. This is what's left. This was a watch party in Inglewood that just wrapped up. It was packed with fans, and they got a reason to celebrate, right?
They sure do. They all had to go to work. They had to get the kids to school. So much fun. We're so glad you're with us. We have so much to talk about. I'm Lynette Romero.
And I'm Adrian Arambula. We need to talk about our weather, too, right? Because we've got some, we want to get our forecast from Belen, and our free coffee event, we want to make sure that we're dressed in appropriate gear.
Yes.
Right? Dodger gear, I guess. Right?
Oh, hey, even better, right? Jackets, sweaters as we start off the morning. It's going to be fresh out there. But guys, we are headed for a sunny, bright day. Buenos dias and happy Tuesday. We still have some lingering winds. You can see them right here at the coast and also from the mountains and the desert. So we're on the back side of the system that brought us a little bit of rain yesterday with that cold front. So the winds are still active. There's an advisory in effect for these areas until about 11 a.m. After that point, we're going to start to see some improvement in terms of the winds. Now, because that system is out of here, the temperatures are much colder. So we've got clearing skies, 30s in the deserts, Big Bear 25, 30s over in Santa Clarita, 40s everywhere else. So it's a chilly morning. Bundle up. You're going to need the seat warmers in the car and the heater, but gradually we're going to get to some warmer numbers. Now, this is a view from Mount Wilson. We can see all of the city lights, the sunrise happening around 7 a.m. and it's going to be bright. We're going to have temperatures this time around in the 60s, pushing 70 degrees over in the Inland Empire. That warming trend is just going to continue. The details ahead in your first alert forecast. Right now, we got to check the drive and see what's happening on the roads. Here's Julia Dang in News Chopper 4.
Belen, we've got a clear forecast and clear freeways, too. Incredibly, we haven't seen any crashes or closures this morning. We're now in Diamond Bar, looking at the 57 and the 60. Traffic picking up just a little bit. You see more volume here on the 60 west, but you're looking great on the 57, looking great on the 60 east. No need for an alternate here. We're live in News Chopper 4. Back to you at the desk.
All right, Julia, thank you. Well, the Dodgers are looking to run it back this season and win another World Series.
The team opened the season against the Chicago Cubs in Tokyo at the Tokyo Dome. There's a lot of excitement surrounding Dodgers superstar Shohei Ohtani.
The kindness of Ohtani is endless. That's a high curveball, and it got absolutely smoked.
Ohtani getting the first hit of the season for the Dodgers. Nothing better than getting to do it in front of a home crowd.
Right?
And we just found out this just in. Dodgers win 4-1.
And he's still doing that little side thing, right? NBC4's Olivia Garvey is live at the Cosm in Inglewood, where you joined all those fans who were cheering on the boys in blue. Did you get some chicken wings?
No, I didn't. But tomorrow we're going to another spot because they got game 2 tomorrow, and I'm sure we'll have some pizza and wings at a restaurant that we're going to. It's going to be a lot of fun, but it was a lot of fun here at Cosm LA. I walked in and I was just in awe of how many Dodger fans showed up at 2:30 to watch the boys in blue play their first game of 2025. And as you guys just mentioned, they got the win over the Cubs 4-1. What a game. And to watch it here is unbelievable. I was posting on social media that I was here and everyone's like, oh my gosh, you went to Tokyo. Nope, just here at Cosm LA, and you feel like you're in Tokyo, but to be here with the fans was great. They got the win without Freddie, without Mookie. I know it's not fun to not see them in the lineup, but they got it done, and now they have the best record in baseball. So there's that. I know people hate when people say that, but it's true. Best record in baseball to kick off 2025. Back to you guys.
So much fun, Olivia. Thank you so much. We're looking forward to tomorrow. All right, it is 6:03 right now. This morning we are hearing from the family of a San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy killed in a crash during a pursuit in Victorville.
Deputy Hector Cuevas Jr. was trying to stop a driver in a stolen car when that crash happened. NBC4's Lauren Coronado is live in Victorville with the investigation and what the family of the deputy is sharing with the community. Lauren, Deputy Cuevas meant so much to so many people.
Lynette, Adrian, good morning. I just want to let you know streets are back open. They were closed for quite some time because of that deadly crash. And you talk about the outpouring of support from the community. Family members were here. Loved ones were here at the intersection where this happened. And we're hearing from them this morning.
He had a family and he wanted to make a difference, raise his family.
36-year-old Deputy Hector Cuevas Jr., a 6-year law enforcement veteran, a husband and father of 2. Loved ones and fellow first responders honored the deputy during an emotional procession. According to the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, it was just before 11 o'clock yesterday, Monday morning, when deputies were after a driver believed to be in a stolen car. During that pursuit, Deputy Cuevas was involved in a violent crash right here at the intersection of Elevado and Seneca Roads in Victorville, where he died from his injuries. As for the wanted man, 22-year-old Ryan Turner, he has a criminal history.
It's my understanding that this suspect had previously been arrested for evading police as well in the city of Rialto, and also caused a law enforcement cruiser to collide into a citizen previously.
Turner was arrested yesterday after ditching the car he was in and trying to run from deputies. As far as Deputy Cuevas, he is being remembered as a role model in the community, a family man as well. We're told a memorial will be here later today. Reporting live here in Victorville, I'm Lauren Coronado for Today in LA.
All right, Lauren, thank you. 6:05 right now, and happening now, there's word that President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin are on a call together. The Kremlin said it would start at 6 o'clock our time, and they would speak for as long as necessary. The White House has not confirmed that the call started. President Trump is pressing for an end to Russia's war with Ukraine. And the fragile ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is unraveling. Israel launched a wave of airstrikes across Gaza, killing hundreds of people, the largest attack since the ceasefire took effect in January. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that he ordered this because Hamas rejected a new ceasefire proposal. The Israeli ambassador to the UN says they will not stop until all of their hostages are back home.
All right, time now is 6:06. We really love getting the chance to meet all of our viewers at our free coffee events. We've missed you guys. This morning we are in Pasadena at Lavender and Honey Espresso.
And we want to honor Altadena, and this special event is bringing together the community that has been through so much. And Robin Winston is there kicking things off for us this morning. Robin, good morning. How's it going?
Yes. Good. Hi. Good morning. Good morning. It's going well. It smells so good in here, just like fresh coffee. We have viewers that are already lined up outside. But this is Lavender and Honey. It's a pretty cool place. They do so much in the community. They work with local vendors. We'll talk about that delicious jam they have on the shelves this morning. One of their mottos is good coffee, good days. And today is definitely going to be a good day because it's our free coffee day, our free coffee event, the first one of the year. And we're inviting everyone to come out. Come on in, Charlie. This is Charlie Porter, the owner. Thank you so much for hosting us this morning.
Thank you so much. This is wonderful. This is absolutely wonderful for us. Thank you.
So excited. The menu is right behind us. Tell us a little bit about your menu and what you offer. You have the kids menu too?
We do. We have the kids menu. So we've got some kids-oriented drinks. So steamers, baby chino, which is just like, thick steamed milk topped with a little bit of chocolate. It's very nice, even like for me. And then we've got really popular sandwiches. Our sandwiches do really well. The Italiano sandwich is 5 Italian meats. It's a big sandwich. It's 2 meals in one. But we've got a lot of really popular sandwiches. A lot of our popular drinks too. We have some really lavender-oriented drinks and honey-flavored drinks. Nice. And then our brown sugar latte, also super popular.
Oh, you had me at brown sugar latte. That's it. I'm sold. I'm sold. We're gonna take a shot of espresso, right? All right, guys, I've never had a shot of espresso.
Shot.
So before we leave, we're going to cheers to Pasadena.
You ready?
Cheers to Altadena. And we're toasting to resilience and toasting to the community.
Yes.
All right. We'll have more about the menu and all the great things they have to offer coming up in a bit. Here we go.
Yeah, we're toasting with you. Salud. Salud.
It's a resilience.
Oh boy.
That
was strong. I'm going to need a minute. I'll toss it back to you guys. That was pretty strong.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate it, Robin.
All right, can't wait to get out there. 6:08 right now. Well, coming up, a comedian's courtside crisis, the emergency that stopped an NBA game and had him taken away in a wheelchair.
Also this morning, new details are emerging in the devastating Eaton fire. NBC4 investigates an old electrical circuit and its possible connection to the first flames.
Here's the forecast for our first free coffee event of the year. Bundle up. Temperatures at the start of the event are going to be around 45 degrees, and you're still going to be in the dark. But by 8 a.m., raise 4 days, still cool 46. By 9, temperatures at 51. We're going to be out there until 9:30. Hope you can join us. Now, I've got a great forecast for today and in the coming days, but I'm tracking some summer-like temperatures. Find out when that's going to happen just ahead.
Clean water is essential to look and feel your best. And nothing filters harsh, smelly chemicals out of all the water in your home like the LifeSource water system. Taste and feel clean water for life. LifeSource. Taste and feel the difference.
Hurry into your local Acura dealer for the Spring Into Performance event going on now.
So many things, big and little, make you uniquely you. Your hobbies, dreams, career, family, and more. Addiction to drugs, including opioids and stimulants, can strip these away from you. Recover your life. Choose treatment for drug addiction and get back to what matters most. Find a provider and proven treatment option that's right for you. Recover you at ChooseChangeCA.org.
Meet Jerome's new Cooling Noir hybrid mattress. Using Coolstream fabric and IceFlex cooling bands that pull heat away from your body, you'll sleep cooler throughout the night. Plus, with pressure-relieving charcoal-infused memory foam, you'll wake up more refreshed than ever.
And the best part? At Jerry's price, the Noir mattress costs $600 less than a similar hybrid mattress like Beautyrest Black. Sleep cooler today and pay later with Jerome's no-interest financing from 12 to 60 months.
Only at Jerome's.
Smelly chemicals out of all the water in your home like the LifeSource water system. Taste and feel clean water for life. LifeSource. Taste and feel the difference.
6:11 right now. Investigators are looking into whether an old electrical circuit that hasn't carried power for decades could somehow be responsible for the sparks that ignited the Eaton fire. Now, some are saying that those lines should have been taken down a long time ago. The fire appeared to start under the decommissioned Mesa Sylmar line. The Possibility the dead circuit was momentarily energized and sparked is the focus of the investigation. And now we've learned that state regulations used to require the removal of unused electrical equipment. And that changed about 20 years ago when California utility regulators said that dead equipment could be left in place as long as the utility company said that they might be reused, or the equipment could be reused sometime in the future. Edison says in regulatory findings that it's evaluating the issues surrounding the decommissioned circuit, and it routinely inspects lines and towers.
Fans are sending their well wishes for Tracy Morgan after he had to be wheeled away from a Knicks game. So this is a photo of Morgan at a game back in 2022. Last night, the comedian was sitting courtside at the New York Knicks versus Miami Heat NBA matchup when he seemingly fell ill and was seen vomiting and wiping away blood from his face. It's unclear what happened, but he was wheeled away. Morgan has suffered several health setbacks in the past years, along with a serious car injury back in 2014.
We hope he recovers quickly. All right, headed home. The American astronauts who spent an unexpected 9 months in space are finally on their way back to Earth.
Coming up, what we know about their long-awaited splashdown, now just hours away.
Traffic is brought to you by Yamava Resort and Casino, SoCal's #1 casino resort.
It's in our very nature to seek the excitement of the unexpected, an endless yearning to experience what lies beyond the everyday.
Tax day just became Max Day at Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. 500 winners will share $1 million on April 15th. Be a part of the most cash payouts in history. Only at Yamava. Voted #1 casino in the country. Details at yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Go on.
I think I got away with something I shouldn't have. The temptation, it was too much.
What did you do?
Well, I got a brand new Hyundai Ioniq 5 for only
Holy Santa Fe.
Enjoy the new car.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Deal so right, it almost feels wrong.
Get 2.99% APR for 72 months on select Hyundai vehicles. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer.
Time right now is 6:14. Look at this beautiful sunrise about to start. What a gorgeous shot. That's the San Gabriel Valley that you're looking at. Well, NASA astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams are finally headed home after an unexpected 9-month stay in space. Last night, they undocked from the International Space Station aboard a SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule.
So Wilmore and Williams are set to splash down off the coast of Florida right around 4 o'clock this afternoon. Their mission was originally planned for just 8 days, but this stretched into 280 days in orbit again. So I'm not a mathematician, but it's like
That's
9
a lot.
months.
That's a lot.
Right?
We're sending out our best wishes to their families, too. They've been waiting for them to come home. So good luck to them.
Yeah. And they're going to arrive just in time for supper. Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Here's what I'm tracking in your forecast. That storm that was with us yesterday is gone, but we still have some lingering winds. Now, the morning is starting off very chilly, but a warming trend starts today. Highs are headed for the 60s, close to 70 degrees. Spring officially starts on Thursday at 3:06 a.m., and it's going to feel like it. The weather is going to be sunny and seasonal for most of the week. And then we get to the weekend. No rain in our forecast. The weather is going to start warming up. It's going to feel a bit more like summer. Now, the winds today, they're going to be active, especially for the first half of the day. You're going to feel them in the mountains and the deserts. Here we are looking at the weather around 2 o'clock. And notice how we're seeing some gusty conditions through the I-5 corridor. Now, through that area, those winds are not going to go anywhere. In fact, they may get a little stronger this evening into tomorrow morning. We're looking at breezy conditions and better winds everywhere. Now, here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast for the basin, kicking things off in the 40s. But look at this bright, sunny skies. You're going to need the sunglasses. At noon at 63, and during the afternoon, the temperatures will be in the upper 60s during the afternoon hours. We're going to hang out in the mid-60s once the sun goes down, 62 at 7 p.m. Here's a look at everybody's temperatures. You have 30s right now in the deserts. Later today, we'll be cool in the 60s, and the winds will be active for you. 40s in the mountains, and for our friends in the Inland Empire, headed to the mid to upper 60s, rays 4 days. Over in Orange County, a pleasant afternoon in store for you. Close to 70 degrees in Anaheim, temperatures in the mid 60s at the coast. Here's your day over in Ventura County. And again, through the San Fernando Valley, still seeing some lingering winds and the temperatures in the 60s. And here's your day in LA. Let's make it a great one. Enjoy these temperatures. Today will actually be the coolest day out of the whole week. Look at the trend in Santa Clarita, and this kind of mirrors what everyone else will be feeling as well. We've got numbers in the 60s today, and then temperatures warm to the 70s. Wednesday, Thursday, we officially kick off spring. The numbers stay in the 70s through Saturday, and look at Sunday through Monday. Temperatures in the 80s and close to 90 on Monday. So your 7-day forecast, no more rain, no excuse not to wash the car. The base in Orange County headed for the 70s, staying steady all the way through Sunday, then 80s. Next Monday, the forecast at the coast may include a marine layer at the end of the week, and then gradually clearing to sunshine. The valleys, the Inland Empire, upper 60s, then mid 70s for the rest of the week. Getting warmer over the weekend, touching 80 on Sunday, and then Monday close to 90. The weather for our friends in the deserts, it's all about the wind, so hold on, take care, watch out for any blowing dust. The temperatures in the low desert get into the 80s soon, and that warm up next week, 94 on Monday. The high desert is headed for the 80s, and finally in the mountains, 40s today and windy, then 50s for the rest of the week, staying snow-free as well. Enjoy that fresh new snow. That's your weather, everyone. Now a check of the drive. Let's say good morning to Julia Dang. How's it looking now?
Hey there, Belen. We made our way to Corona. We're looking west right now from the 91 and the 15. We had a crash earlier on the 91 east getting onto the 15 south. That was just cleared, but look at this residual traffic. And then the major backup is actually going to be on the other side of the 91. This is the 91 west. Heavy right now between the 15 and the 71. It lightens up for a little bit past that, and then it's heavy again until the 241 and the 91. If you do want to get off the freeway, I'd recommend heading south and taking 6th Street instead. For Live in News Chopper 4, back to you at the desk.
All right, thank you, Julia. Well, she vanished during a spring break trip to the Dominican Republic. Coming up, the heartbreaking new developments this morning in the case of a missing college student.
And we want to take you live right now to Pasadena. Our free coffee event starts in just a few minutes. They're getting the place ready. We're heading to join Robin at Lavender and Honey Espresso in Pasadena right after Today in LA. So come on out, grab some free coffee on us, celebrate your friends, your neighbors. Come out and say hi. We'd love to catch up with you or meet you for the very first time. We'll be right back at 6:19.
NBC4 First Alert Weather.
Certified most accurate in SoCal 9 years straight. Why?
It's simple. Precision, rain, wind, heat waves. Every change tracked in real time, every microclimate nailed.
And when things turn wild, we go where others can't. Storm Ranger 4 goes to where the storm starts, preparing you, protecting you.
From Belen at 6 a.m.
and Melissa at 6 p.m., trust the most accurate team.
However you watch, NBC for you.
23 car dealers, one unbelievable place. We go to the Cerritos Auto Square.
Our size is the reason we're able to offer special pricing, and that is why we sell more cars than any other destination in SoCal.
That's unbelievable.
Cerritos Auto Square.
I'm Doug.
And I'm Damon, and we want to buy your house.
Seller's Advantage has revolutionized the home selling process to get you more for your home.
With no agent fees, no hassles, and no repairs, selling your home doesn't have to be overwhelming.
This is the second time we've used Seller's Advantage, and it was worth it.
It was nice not having to fix or stage anything.
It allowed us to just focus on moving.
Call now or visit sellersadvantage.com for a free, no-obligation cash offer.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
At Mathis Home, we understand that your home is a reflection of you. And during our spring style event, we have fresh new looks that are waiting to make your home look and feel great at the lowest prices. And with all the latest styles in bloom, you'll find savings in every department. Whether it's a clean and modern sectional or a rustic and traditional dining table, we have it in stock with fast and free delivery. Come find the look that's right for you at our spring style event at your furniture superstore, Mathis Home.
If it's actions that speak louder than words, we'll let the versatile, adventure-ready BMW X3 show you what we mean. The BMW X3, the ultimate driving machine.
Lease the 2025 BMW X3 30X Drive for $659 per month.
This March, get ready for a pop-punk doubleheader at Saboba Casino Resort. Alien Ant Farm and the Ataris, Saturday, March 22nd at 8 p.m. Chart-topping rockers take the Saboba stage for one night only with head-banging hit singles like Smooth Criminal and The Boys of Summer. Get your tickets at Saboba.com. Join us for a night of rock that's out of this world. Alien Ant Farm and the Ataris, Saboba Casino Resort.
23 car dealers, one unbelievable place. We go to the Cerritos Auto Square.
Our size is the reason we're able to offer special pricing, and that is why we sell more cars than any other destination in SoCal.
That's unbelievable.
Cerritos Auto Square.
6:22 and we have breaking news right now. NBC News learned that the family of the missing University of Pittsburgh student Zudisha Kananke have asked Dominican Republic police to officially declare her dead. Kananke was last seen March 6th. She was on spring break with her friends at a resort, and despite an extensive search, there has been no sign of her. No explanation has been given as to why her family wants her declared dead. A person of interest in the case, a 22-year-old from Iowa, is expected to appear in court today.
New information shedding light on the timeline of the deaths of actor Gene Hackman and his wife. Cell phone records indicate that Hackman's wife, Betsy Arakawa, made 3 calls to a private medical clinic on February 12th. But the state medical investigator's office had estimated that she died a day earlier on February 11th. Now, that was a full week before Hackman is believed to have died. Their bodies were discovered by maintenance workers at their New Mexico home on February 26th. Arakawa's cause of death has been confirmed as hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, a rare disease transmitted to humans through contact with rodents or their droppings.
6:23 right now. The 2028 Summer Olympic Games are a little over 3 years away, and there is a big push to make public transportation the way to go. The chair of the Metro Board of Directors talked with us about the plans to get people to the Olympic venues.
We are going to lease about 3,000 extra buses with the drivers to make sure that we can move people around. And my goal is to make it safe, convenient, and efficient, because if not, people won't be taking our public transportation during the Olympic and Paralympic Games.
Metro is working on a program that can detect weapons before passengers board buses and trains.
Ahead at 6:30, it's been a decade-long fight, but a big victory for community activists in Watts.
NBC4's Brittany Hope is live with a judge's decision on a controversial recycling plant. Brittany.
And that decision came yesterday in a crowded courtroom. He decided he is going to shut down that facility for the meantime, what it means for the operations and also for its 2 owners.
Good morning, everyone. Robin Winston here with Today in LA. We're at Lavender and Honey Espresso in Pasadena, giving away free coffee. Pasadena, Altadena, today is about you and celebrating your strength and your resilience. We have so much in store. Check out the pastries, check out our swag table, all this for you. That's right. We'll talk about our free coffee event and everything that's going on that's positive in the community when we return. Stay with us.
Yes, positivity. Let's keep it going. When it comes to your forecast today, we're looking at bright, sunny skies, but temperatures are chilly. Don't be fooled. We've got the ride to school in Thousand Oaks at 39 degrees, so the kids need those layers this morning. But by the time school is out later today, we'll have sunshine and highs in the 60s. That warming trend is going to continue in your extended forecast. I've got to look at that just ahead. But right now, we're checking in with Catalina Island. Still celebrating St. Patrick's Day. It's 6:25. We'll be back with more of Today in LA.
Get peace of mind with your annual Stanley Steamer dryer vent cleaning. We remove lint buildup to reduce the risk of fire and extend the life of your dryer. Plus, your clothes will dry faster too. Your dryer vent isn't clean until it's Stanley Steamer Clean.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado. Or current competitive owners can get $8,350 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Del Taco's Jumbo Shrimp. Wrapped up with fresh cabbage, pico de gallo, secret sauce, and a squeeze of lime. That's big-time flavor in a big-time taco. Get 2 Jumbo Shrimp tacos for only $6 for a limited time at Del Taco.
Hello, I'm Adrian Hernandez with MyHomeSold.com, and we want to buy your house cash. We save you money with no commissions, no fees, no repairs, for free, no obligation, as is cash offer. Go to MyHomeSold.com.
I didn't know it, but my leg and back pain was coming from my feet. Then my personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store got me back in the picture.
Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm back to the best version of myself.
Get back in the picture. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
The firestorm swept through the Pacific Palisades and Altadena neighborhoods a month ago, reducing more than 16,000 structures to ash and causing an estimated $275 billion in damages. Many residents fear their community will never be the same.
We know that there's always tomorrow.
In the most devastating natural disaster in California's history, we are seeing people come together like never before.
Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Every breath you take, every move you make, every day you wake, make no mistake, we'll be helping you. Every breath you take.
Now at 6:30, the Dodgers are picking up right where they left off. That's right, as winners.
The boys in blue kick off the new season red hot during their overnight game. We have team coverage from Tokyo and the fan viewing experience in Inglewood.
And new video this morning of a dramatic takedown in LA's Larchmont neighborhood. What unfolded moments before that had officers chasing in hot pursuit.
Today in LA at 6:30 starts now.
Good morning to you. It is Tuesday, March 18th. We are taking you inside Lavender and Honey Espresso in Pasadena. Look at that. It's the latest spot for our free coffee event.
And we are celebrating Altadena's strength and resilience as the community continues to recover from the Eden fire. The doors just opened there. We're going to be heading out there soon. Robin is already there kicking things off for us. We're going to check in with her in just a few minutes. First of all, we want to say good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Adrian Arambulo.
And I'm Lynette Romero. We are so glad you're here with us. But Lynn is here to tell us what we can expect for our weather at our coffee event and for the rest of the week.
Yes, perfect weather for coffee. It's chilly out there. So folks that are headed in that direction have to bundle up. But you know, as we head into the afternoon, a beautiful day in store for us. Hi, amigos. In the wake of yesterday's system, the temperatures this morning are way colder and we still have some lingering winds. Now, a little bit of snow through the grapevine, but other than that, not seeing any rain, not seeing any snow. Things are going to be drying out. Now, a wind advisory is still in place for the mountains and deserts until about 11 a.m. So this is where things are going to be the most active, gusts up to 50 miles per hour. And truthfully, through the I-5 corridor, Santa Clarita Valley, those winds are not going to go anywhere. You're going to continue to feel them through tonight and into tomorrow. Now, look at the difference in temperatures compared to yesterday. Ay, ay, ay. Despite the bright sunny skies, it is chilly. Here's another gorgeous view of a sunrise from Long Beach. The numbers this morning are in the 40s and 30s. It's even colder in the mountains, but look at what we have to look forward to. Highs today are going to head into the 60s, raise 4 days, close to 70 in the valleys and the IE. And things are going to keep warming up in that extended forecast. I have the details ahead. Right now, let's get a check of the drive and hopefully everything's moving smoothly. Ooh, what's happening there, Julia Dang?
Hey there, Belen. It was looking great earlier. We've got a bit of a situation here. We're in Pomona now. This is the overpass over the 71 freeway. This is going to be on Rio Rancho Road. We've got a multi-vehicle crash here. You can see CHP just opened up that on-ramp, Rio Rancho Road, getting onto the 71. Fortunately, no major traffic impacts, but over here, you can see on the 60, it's really heating up on the westbound side of the 60. This is coming out of the 71. Just give it more time. No crashes over here on the 60 West. We're live at News Chopper 4. Back to you at the desk.
Julia, thank you. 6:31 right now. A 6-year veteran, husband, father, and friend. That is how the family of Hector Cuevas Jr. is remembering him. The San Bernardino Sheriff's deputy was killed yesterday in a pursuit crash in Victorville.
And we are working today to find out more about how this crash happened, but the damage left behind was significant, with the patrol SUV split in half, debris scattered everywhere. Cuevas' family and friends say losing him is a major loss to many people.
Different when you watch somebody grow up and see him become the man that he was, which he was outstanding. Everybody was proud of him, his mom, us. It's a tremendous loss for everybody.
Man,
it's my hero.
Very proud.
It's my hero.
Very proud. That's the hero of the family.
That's the role model.
The driver the deputy was trying to stop has been identified as Ryan Dwayne Turner Jr. He faces several charges, including vehicular manslaughter. Flags at the state capitol will be flown at half-staff in honor of Deputy Cuevas.
A follow-up and a major win for the Watts community. The controversial junkyard Atlas Metal Company has been ordered to stop operating as the owners face felony charges. NBC4's Brittany Hope is live in downtown LA, where yesterday's bail hearing, Brittany, revealed some new information about this case.
Hi, Lynette. Yeah, and a big part of that hearing was conversation around gas cylinders and the danger they pose to the community in Watts when and if they combust. Now, those combustibles could explode, so they weren't supposed to be on the property, and the judge says that was a big part of his decision.
A protocol that remains in full force and effect, effectively the closure of the business, because there's now in place, effective immediately, in order that they not accept new scrap on the facility.
The co-owners of Atlas Metal were in the courtroom. The bail for Matthew Weisenberg, seen in the light green shirt and glasses, is set for $1 million. Gary Weisenberg was released on $100,000 bond over the weekend, citing his older age, health problems, and cognitive issues. Both men and their company also agreed to allow more oversight, surprise inspections as well at the facility. A 25-count indictment alleges decades of wrongdoing at the Watts property. This comes after an explosion there in August, the third since 2002. Toxic chemicals and metals contaminated soil of nearby Jordan High School, and pieces of metal and debris, shrapnel from that plant, were found on the campus too. LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman argues the company spent 70 years raking in profits while children, teachers, and the community have been put in harm's way. He spoke about the case yesterday in an exclusive interview with NBC4.
So the fact that they're finally told that they can't take any more effectively metals into their facilities, that the owners of the Atlas Metals are now held to meaningful bail, and the case is moving forward. That part is terrific.
I'm back out here live, looking ahead now in the case. A pretrial hearing has been set for March 28th. Reporting live in downtown, Brittany Hope for Today in LA.
Brittany, thank you. 6:35 right now, and developing in the Middle East, a fragile ceasefire between Israel and Hamas has fallen apart. This is some of the damage after Israel launched deadly airstrikes in Gaza. NBC4's Michelle Vise following the overnight developments from our newsroom. Michelle.
Adrian, good morning. The United Nations Security Council will be meeting in about half an hour to talk about what's happening. This while Israel says it's ramping up its airstrikes and attacks in Gaza. This morning, a strong message from Israel's ambassador to the United Nations confirming Israel defensive forces would not stop attacks on Hamas until all the hostages are back home.
We will show no mercy on our enemies. Let me be very clear. Israel will not stop until all of our hostages are back home.
Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he had instructed the military to take strong action against the Palestinian Islamist group Hamas in response to the group's refusal to release those hostages and rejection of ceasefire proposals. NBC and Palestinian officials now reporting just over 400 people killed, that number going up. This as a result of multiple attacks. Over 500 are injured. The White House says it was consulted and supports Israel's actions, blaming Hamas for renewed clashes. Adrian, Lynette, back to you.
All right, thank you for that, Michelle. Well, it is 6:36 right now. You know what? Nothing brings people together like coffee and community, especially when we need it the most. This morning, our free coffee event takes us to Lavender and Honey Espresso in Pasadena.
And we are honoring Altadina's resilience in the wake of the Eden Fire, and we hope that this brings neighbors together for a well-deserved moment of warmth and connection. The doors just open, and Robin Winston is already there brewing up something special. Robin, good morning.
Oh, yeah. Good morning. And today I took my first shot of espresso. I've never done a shot, so I'm still recovering. But it was good. It was good. It gave me lots of energy to match the energy in the room. Say hello to our NBC4 fans and our Telemundo 52 fans. These are some of the folks that have come out to just celebrate the community with us and have free coffee with us. I'm going to bring in a special guest here. We have a local Pasadena resident. Good morning, and what's your name?
Natalie, good morning.
Good morning, Natalie. Check out Natalie's sweatshirt. Pasadena Rose Bowl tournament. She has a hat that's from a local business, and she was telling me earlier why it's so important to support local businesses here in Pasadena.
Yeah, definitely. My hat is from the Wolf Collection. It's sold over here at Neo 39 in Old Town. Definitely the money goes back to wildfire victims. The company's owned by Altadena, local residents and natives. So it's definitely important to support all the communities. It helps everybody. So the wildfires affected those that actually lost their homes, and the ones that didn't, we're trying to help out. So it definitely is important to get back.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for the coffee.
Absolutely. Coffee's on us today. Hey, Chris, come on over. This is Chris, one of our local NBC4 viewers. He comes out to all of our coffee events. What is it about our coffee events that you like that keeps you coming back? What makes it so special?
It's the team.
The team?
And the crew.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you being here. Is this your first time in Pasadena?
No, actually, my first time was you did Pasadena last year.
Yeah.
The year previous year.
Yeah. Well, we thank you for being here. We appreciate your love and support. Talk a little bit about what it means to be here in the community of Pasadena, celebrating their strength and their resilience.
Yeah, it means a lot because all the devastation. Actually, I'll be in Pacific Palisades tomorrow to pick up the empty drums that were used, and we picked up the empty drums in Altadena yesterday. So just helping out. My company is helping out with the community.
Right, we love that. Thank you for being here. Speaking of companies helping out in the community, there are so many organizations that are working together in Pasadena and Altadena, and also with this local coffee shop. So we're going to be checking in with some of those organizations and their outreach managers to talk about what's being done and how you can help. If you're at home watching and you want more information about how you can help, how you can volunteer, and exactly what the community is going through, we're going to go through all of that. So once again, we're extending the invitation. Come on out, Lavender and Honey. They have so much to offer, so many goodies and pastries, coffee, espresso, a special kids menu. So we're super excited to celebrate with you today. I'll send it back to you in the studio, and we can't wait for you guys to come out and join us this morning.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we're heading out in about 20 minutes, Robin, so we look forward to seeing you. We'll be out there shortly. All right, coming up, the Dodgers swing into the new season while most people are still snoozing, but not the diehard fans.
NBC4's Olivia Garvey is live in Inglewood, where fans this morning experienced the action from 5,000 miles away. Hey, Olivia.
Hey guys, yeah, Dodger fans that are here, they're going back to bed. I don't think a lot of them are going to work today, but Cozumel was packed. They saw the boys in blue get it done in Game 1 against the Cubs in Tokyo. We're going to show you the fans, and we're going to show you some highlights from their big win coming up.
Oh, Olivia was talking about how the fans were eating chicken wings and sliders and ball game food. Got me hungry. Here's your weather for lunchtime. The weather will be breezy at the coast, 61, low 60s for the Basin Orange County. The valley's the IE, so it will be cool, but we'll have lots of sunshine. A warming trend starts today, and it's going to continue through that 7-day forecast. Find out when it's going to feel a little more like summer.
How we doing? Every morning, it's all happening on Today. And tomorrow, we're live from Nashville celebrating 100 years of the Grand Ole Opry. Join us as Blake Shelton gives an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the festivities. Tomorrow, only on Today.
When our clean, shiny truck arrives at your house, it's a sign of a new beginning. 1-800-GOT-JUNK is full-service junk removal. When your home feels clean and happy, the people inside feel clean and happy too. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Advantage for $20 per month plus a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-833-294-0246. Spectrum Internet gives you the power to stream all the shows, movies, and sports you love.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event to save on an award-winning new Nissan, like Kicks, J.D. Power's most dependable small SUV, Sentra, a Consumer Reports top pick, and Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. All for under $30,000 at the Nissan Now sales event. Now get up to $3,000 total savings on Rogue, or get up to $1,250 total savings on Sentra.
I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Thank you, President Donald J. Trump, for securing our border and putting America first. Now, President Trump has a clear message. If you are here illegally, we will find you and we will deport you. You will never return. But if you leave now, you may have an opportunity to return and enjoy our freedom and live the American dream. America welcomes those who respect our laws, because a strong nation is a safe nation.
More money for your home. It's true. Home sellers everywhere are walking away with tens of thousands more for their home because of the 72 Sold program. This process is disrupting the traditional way homes are sold because it's faster, it's easier, and it's way more profitable. If you're thinking about selling your home, there's one reason why you should go to 72sold.com. More money for your home.
When our clean, shiny truck arrives at your house, it's a sign of a new beginning. 1-800-GOT-JUNK is full-service junk removal. When your home feels clean and happy, the people inside feel clean and happy too. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
NBC4 and Telemundo 52's local impact grants, powered by Comcast NBC Universal,
is awarding over $227,000 to nonprofits, creating positive change in our community.
Apply now at NBCLA.com/local impact grants.
A man is now in custody after pursuit involving the Alhambra Police Department. This is video from just after midnight in East Hollywood. Now, we're working to get more details as to why officers were chasing after the man. We will update you with more information as soon as we learn more.
All right, 6:44 right now, and baseball is back. The defending World Series champs, your Dodgers, kicked off their season in Tokyo right where they left off, with a win.
Oh, yeah. NBC4's Olivia Garvey is live at the Cosm in Inglewood, where you joined fans pulling an all-nighter for the boys in blue. Olivia, good morning.
Yeah, guys, that's what Dodger fans do. Good morning to you all. They get up at 1 a.m. to get ready for a 3:10 start. I was a little tired when I walked in to Cosm today, but when I got in here, fans were cheering. They were, doing their chant, "Go Dodgers, go Dodgers." It was just awesome to see that these fans got up to watch the boys in blue get it done against the Cubs of the first game of the season. They did it. They got it done in Tokyo, and they'll do it again tomorrow. But I just want to show you the fans. I mean, they were just yelling. They were screaming. They were having a good time. They were eating their wings, their pizza. I mean, for them to get up this early and to support this team, it just shows what they did all season last year and what they'll continue to do in 2025. But let's talk about this game a little bit. This game featured two Japanese pitchers on both sides. The Dodgers with Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Cubs Shota Imanaga. Let's jump to the top of the fifth here. Dodgers up 2-1, and catcher Will Smith, our catcher, with that hot bat, hits a single over the shortstop, increasing the Dodgers lead to 3-1. And then let's go to the top of the ninth, because this highlight would be nothing without Shohei Ohtani, and what a day he had at the plate, in the box, and blasts this one for a double, and the crowd goes absolutely wild for their guy. The Dodgers win this one 4-1, and of course it started with a Dodgers win. 2025 had to start with a Dodgers win, especially with the roster that they have. So if you did not get up early this morning, you're going to want to get up early tomorrow, because Roki Sasaki will make his debut with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers tomorrow, and you're going to want to see what this young Japanese pitcher can do, because I saw him in person in spring training. He's brilliant on the mound, and I have a feeling this team will really, get him going and get him excited for his future in Major League Baseball, guys.
I mean, what a thrill to be playing in Japan. You're with the Dodgers, the World Series champion Dodgers. Like, it's a dream come true.
Yeah. I mean, what a story, right? To say that you got to have your Major League debut with this incredible team in your home, at like where he used to play, where it all started for him. I think that is so incredible. Wow. And I think everyone needs to get up at 3 a.m. to watch this young kid do what he does best. Like I did, right?
Yeah. So the expert is saying that split finger pitch he has might be the best in baseball. But, there is a bit of a reason for concern for some of us fans, Olivia, because we kind of knew Mookie wasn't going to play, but then all of a sudden Freddie's not playing.
Right, yeah.
So you know what happened?
Yeah, he's got that left rib discomfort. Look, he played through that ankle. He did what he had to do last season, but it's the beginning of the season. Not that these games don't count. They count in Tokyo, but you got to ease these guys in, especially the guys that are at the top of the lineup, like Mookie, Shohei, Freddie. Just get them going, because we're almost a week away from opening day at Dodger Stadium against the Detroit Tigers. And Dave Roberts and this Dodgers team wants those three guys at the top of the lineup to get this going here at Dodger Stadium next week.
Oh, yeah. All right.
We're going to see you tomorrow morning as well, right, Olivia?
Get your rest, because you got to get up early with us.
I'll be up and at 'em with you guys. I love getting up with you guys, and we know it's always with the Dodgers, and I love that. So, yes, I'll be up early. I'll drink my 2 cups of coffee and have the same Dodger energy.
You see that big smile, right?
Fantastic, yeah.
Love the attitude.
All right, thanks, Olivia. See you tomorrow.
Attitude and effort, Belen. Those are the things that we can control every day.
That's right.
Yes, that. And you know what? The weather, we can't control it, but thankfully it's in our favor. Today we're starting off with very chilly temperatures, but gradually we're going to get to some warmer conditions. Hi, everyone. Here's what I've got for you. We still have some lingering winds out there. The winds are expected to subside throughout the morning, but they're going to remain breezy throughout the day in a few locations. But how about this? A warm-up begins today, and the temperatures are headed for the 60s. If we could please change the monitor right here in the camera, I'd appreciate it. The weather for us the rest of the week is going to be warming up, and it's going to feel like spring. By the way, it officially kicks off on Thursday, and the weather is going to be dry and seasonal. Now, if you're a fan of the warmer weather, hang in there a few more days, because we've got a taste of summer in that extended forecast when the temperatures will be in the 80s to low 90s. That's not today, though. You got to bundle up. Look at the forecast for the valleys. We've got numbers in the 40s this morning. We're going to be in the 50s by the middle of the morning, 62 by noon, and then during the afternoon, raise 4 days and temperatures in the upper 60s. 60s hold on until the sun comes down around 8 p.m. Temperatures come down to 58 degrees. So here's your forecast for this Tuesday. Temperatures are going up. Highs are going to be in the mid to upper 60s. Some spots away from the coast are going to be close to 70. Look at West Covina, 69. A chilly morning in the desert. You've got 30s. You'll have 60s this afternoon, so a cool day for you. And over in Big Bear, 43 degrees. And how about this air quality? We're going to have fantastic air quality. Hopefully you can take some time to step outside and enjoy that fresh air. Now, we're saying goodbye to that system that brought us the clouds and the rain yesterday. And the weather is going to stay rain-free for us. Now, as we look at the weather on Wednesday, you'll notice there's going to be a storm up to our north, but it's not expected to bring us any moisture. It will bring us some cloud cover and a slight dip in temperatures, but the storm track is going to stay well to the north the rest of the week, all the way into the weekend. Here we are looking at the weather on Saturday with rain up towards the Pacific Northwest, but watch what happens. An area of high pressure starts to move into the west coast, and it really dominates our forecast over the weekend and through early next week. Look at what it's going to do to the temperatures. Your 7-day forecast after today, today's the coolest day out of the week. The numbers warm to the 70s. That's pretty seasonal for this time of year. We stay there through about Sunday, but look at what that high pressure system is going to do. It's going to warm our temperatures early next week to about 80 for the downtown area. The Valley's Inland Empire, 60s today, mid-70s tomorrow, and we pretty much stay there all the way through Saturday, and then warmer on Sunday through early next week. We could come close to 90 on Monday. The weather in the deserts is going to be windy, mostly today, better winds tomorrow. with temperatures warming by the end of the week. We have 70s for the high desert and 80s for the low desert. But look at this warming trend. Over the weekend, we're going to come close to 90s. And then finally in the mountains, a little windy today. Tomorrow it gets just a touch warmer, and then 50s Thursday, Friday, and as we head into the weekend. That's your forecast, everyone. Now a check of the drive. Let's ask Julia Dang, how are things looking up there?
Things are looking great where we are. We're back in the valley looking at the 5 and the 170. You can see volume picking up a little bit on the southbound 5. Looks great on the northbound side, but north of here, the 5 and the 118, that is jammed right now. But once you get past the 170, it's a smooth ride. Live in News Chopper 4, back to you at the desk.
All right, thank you very much, Julia. Well, this morning we're at Lavender and Honey Espresso in Pasadena celebrating Altadena's resilience after the Eaton fire.
So really, it's all about connection, community, and of course, some free coffee. Robin Winston is there getting things brewing. You had your first shot of espresso. How's it going? You still feeling okay?
I feel it. The energy just kicked up. That first shot of espresso was delicioso. But we're so excited to be here at Lavender and Honey. The place is filling up, and quickly our viewers have been lined up for a couple of hours just to come out and be with us and celebrate Pasadena and Altadena. First, I'd like to check in with Charlie, the owner. Thank you for hosting us. Thank you for having us here. For those who've never heard of your coffee shop, give us 3 words to describe this awesome place.
3 words. Family friendly, approachable, and specialty. I think those are the 3 big words.
Nice.
We use family friendly. I know with a hyphen, we're counting as one.
Yeah, and earlier I spoke with you and you said you do not want people to forget about the community, that there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
That's right. That's absolutely right. We're still in the earliest stages of all of this, I think, in so many ways, and we don't want anyone to move on, to forget. I think it's easy to have that happen, but I think that the city has really rallied around Altadena in a really wonderful way, and we can't thank World Central Kitchen, who's here today, enough for keeping attention on it as well.
That's right. This is Trish Ingalls. She's the community manager for World Central Kitchen, and you all are working together to serve the community. Tell us a little bit about how you are working together and what you're doing so far.
Sure. So also in the early days of the fire, the team met here. We were able to get our morning coffee before, running out into the community to try to assess the needs and figure out what's actually going on. So this has been an incredible place to bring people together since very early on. And now we are in the stage of the operation where we are purchasing gift cards from local businesses, trying to really support hyperlocal around these burn zones, purchasing gift cards to be able to distribute to impacted members of the community. We'll distribute at our distribution location. Right now we're on Woodbury and Windsor in Altadena. And we're offering hot meals to those in need for dinner time between 4 and 8. And it's been really incredible, working with local businesses around. Everybody's doing the good work, feeding people as well.
And that's what it's about. It's about working together, partnering, serving the community, and the need is great, right?
Absolutely.
We'll talk a little bit more about what the community needs. We have some residents here from Pasadena and Altadena. But once again, we're extending the invitation. Please come out, have coffee with us. If you're not into coffee, we have tea. They have delicious jam, bread, toast, lots of good stuff here. But most importantly, the good people and the good vibes. So I'll toss it back to you in the studio, and we'll have more details on today's event coming up.
All right, we're going to be leaving in 5 minutes and 5 seconds, Robin. We'll be joining you shortly.
We can't wait.
We're watching the clock. Come on down, guys.
Thanks, Robin. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Sure.
Weather is brought to you locally by 3 Day Blinds. You'll love the treatment.
Home, where routine meets remarkable. With unexpected moments of inspiration around every corner and through every window. Quiet mornings in the sun, with portals to new worlds, and fine dining with a view. Your window treatments should be as inspiring as your home and the remarkable routine of your daily life. 3 Day Blinds.
Hey, Mom, I need to lay low for a couple days. There's too much heat on this car.
Too much heat?
I only paid for a Hyundai Tucson.
Ruth! Listen, Jenna, I need to lay low for a few days.
Why?
Deals so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 2.99% APR for up to 72 months on the Hyundai Elantra today.
Win an all-electric Cadillac Lyriq, March 30th, Morongo.
Most men over 40 look into the mirror and see this, when they could be seeing this. Most men over 40 look into the mirror and see this, when they could be seeing this. Most men over 40 look into the mirror and see this, when they could be using this. Particle 6-in-1 Face Cream for Men, the first of its kind anti-aging cream designed specifically for men. Fights eye bags, dark spots, and wrinkles. Visit ParticleMen.com and use the promo code on your screen to receive 25% off your entire order. Plus, we've got free shipping and a 30-day money-back guarantee. www.ParticleMen.com. Because seeing is believing.
Today in LA with Robin Winston, traffic, weekday mornings.
A sheriff's deputy is dead and a driver in custody after a pursuit in Victorville.
San Bernardino County Sheriff's Deputy Hector Cuevas Jr. was a 6-year veteran of the force. NBC4's Lauren Coronado is live in Victorville with how he is being remembered. Lauren?
Lynette, Adrian, just a devastating loss for the community, for family members, and there's been a great outpouring of support. Just moments ago, someone dropped off this flag here at the intersection where the deadly crash happened. 36-year-old Deputy Hector Cuevas Jr., a 6-year law enforcement veteran, a husband and father of 2. Loved ones honored the deputy during an emotional procession yesterday. According to the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, it was just before 11 o'clock Monday morning when deputies were after a driver believed to be in a stolen car. During that pursuit, Deputy Cuevas was involved in a violent crash here at the intersection of Elevado and Seneca Roads in Victorville, where he died from his injuries. He is being remembered as a role model and family man dedicated to protecting the community. Reporting live, I'm Lauren Coronado for Today in LA.
After yesterday's storm, we have lingering winds and advisory in effect until 11 a.m. for the mountains and deserts. The winds will gradually subside throughout the morning, but remain breezy throughout the afternoon. The other thing we have is chilly morning temperatures. Right now, we're in the 30s and 40s, so bundle up this morning, especially if you're headed to our coffee event. But we have rays 4 days in your forecast, and temperatures are warming up, highs in the 60s. The warming trend continues throughout the day. Have a great one. Always keep your face towards the sunshine.
All right, thank you, Belen. All right, let's give you a live look right now from Lavender and Honey Espresso in Pasadena, our free coffee event. Look at that, it is in full swing. Robin is getting it started for us.
And this one means a lot because we are celebrating Altadena's resilience as the community continues to recover from the Eden fire. We're going to be out there soon, so come on down, grab a free coffee, be part of it. We're leaving in about 15 seconds.
We can't wait to see you. The news doesn't stop here. The Today Show is coming up next.
We continue with Today in LA streaming right now on our NBC4 Los Angeles news channel. Scan the QR code right there at the bottom of your screen to start watching. Hope to see you out there in Pasadena. Talk soon.
Good Tuesday morning. We are following breaking news in the Middle East.
Israel launching a new round of punishing